Round one. Fight!
Hey guys, welcome to Tier Ranker Fight. So this is our musical episode. So we're going to be doing best and worst musicals today. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to maybe learning a little bit because I am just so on the amount of musicals I've seen. I maybe seen a little less than half of this list, but I definitely have some ones I want to fight for sure. So I'm excited for that, and we'll just kind of go around the panel, introduce everyone, and we will quite possibly have one or two other people joining us a little late, but so we'll watch for that. But we're going to start with Brian, aka Willy Wonka. How's it going?
It's going good. Here to talk about the greatest and some of the worst musicals.
Awesome. And Chris Diaz, how's it going?
Not much. Very my Hamilton. Like my country, John Happy Hungry. I am and not a lot of people know I am a musical theater nerd. I've been in 26 shows to be at that. Was supposed to do Mamma Mia this past year.
Wow.
Due to COVID. I was supposed to be Eddie. Due to COVID, got shut down, sadly. But yeah, I've been a theater nerd since I was young. That's here I am. Here to talk about great and worst musical. But there's no such thing as bad musical as a bad, shitty adaptation of it.
Right. Yep. Yeah, usually I'd say most of the time it's always better to see a musical live, but not always. There's a few musicals where they do it kind of better as a movie. So, but yeah, I was thinking of some of the other topics we have coming down the list. So I know next week we're doing best and worst movie theater snacks. That'll be fun. But I was thinking about one based on the intro that we have. I just thought that it'd be fun once we finally get to best and worst movie fights, and probably like almost all the ones that we have in the intro are going to be there. So that won't be for a while. So yeah, I'm just checking in with Chris because he is Chris Scott, my usual co-host. He just joined us. 1 second. I'm gonna send him a quick little text here.
Hey, we're living in a time we're getting 3 musical movies this year alone.
Right. Yep.
Beginning In the Heights, West Side Story, and then drum roll, probably one of my favorite added musical of recent year, Gavin Hansen finally getting a movie adaptation.
Oh yeah. I'm excited for In the Heights too. That's one that comes out.
I am excited for In the Heights. I am beyond excited for Gavin Hansen. Like I can't wait to see how it translates.
Wicked when it comes out.
Yeah. The guy who did In the Heights is directing Wicked now, so that day be interesting.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring up our tier list here just so we can kind of just jump into it because we've got a lot of them. Probably not as much as our last category. We did Disney movies, but I think it's probably a little less. But you'll see. Let me bring this up here.
And sorry, folks, we do not have animated stuff, so don't expect any animated.
Or live action.
Nope. We're just doing live action only. we have a couple of hybrids on the list, so we definitely have like
Yeah.
Mary Poppins and the Incredible Mr.
Enchanted.
Limpet.
Paradise Blue
Yeah.
Six.
Yep. So I'm gonna kind of do a little scroll here.
The few I have not seen, so I'll leave you guys to a couple of them.
Some I haven't
Yeah,
seen
so
either, so
This is just a real slow scroll here that we haven't. So that's everything on the list, and so I'm going to actually real quick. I'm going to see how this works while we're on. So actually, I'm going to put this off really quick so we can with some rules to make things a little less chaotic. So I'm going to throw up the rules and then I'm going to read them. So and I think it makes it a little more fun this way too. So the rules are let's have a good clean fight. Please do not talk or shout over each other. Please be respectful of others' opinions. Each person will take turns to select a movie for ranking. The person who selected the movie will have 2 minutes to explain which tier they think it should go into and why. All other participants will then each have 1 minute to say why they agree or disagree and may suggest a new ranking. Then the host will decide on a ranking that averages out everybody's opinion and asks if the proposed ranking is acceptable. So at the end, when we finally choose a ranking for the movie, there'll be a little room for a little bit of debate. We'll have some debate back and forth at that point. So yeah. I think it'll be fun. So let's bring this back up again.
I have like so many musical shit in my closet, but I put Hamilton because it's
nice. If I had one, I would wear one, but I don't. So this is probably the closest thing to any musical, and it's no musical, but they do music. Some Good Mythical Morning. They do have some music they put out, but so yeah, we'll just kind of jump into.
Sadly, folks, we do not have Hamilton despite the shit.
No, we don't. We don't have Hamilton. I didn't include it because the movie on Disney Plus was like basically recording a live action play. So I was just kind of like, well, it wasn't really that much of a movie. It's just like if you weren't able to see the play on Broadway,
I mean,
on Disney Plus.
It's debatable because the Golden Globe and the Screen Actor Guild will technically count it as a movie, apparently.
Right.
Where's the Oscars?
Yeah, right. The Oscars do too. Yeah.
It's
kind of crazy, but so we do have a little tier here. So we have S all the way through F. Then we have not a musical, just in case we decide that like maybe one of these isn't quite a musical. I feel like there's a debate to be had on a couple, maybe that's more just like a couple of songs thrown into a live action movie, maybe. But we'll have the debate when it comes. And then also haven't seen if there's some that we haven't seen. And as the host, I always elect to go last. So I'll let you guys pick first. And since I introduced Brian first, I'm actually going to throw it over to Chris first to choose one. So if you want to choose one, you can just go ahead and just pick one off the list you want to fight for. So I'll just kind of scroll it to you.
Let me
have one you want
go down. You know what? I think go with one I hold a special place in my heart. The Muppet 2011. I see it down the list.
The Muppet. So I see the original one there. Let me see.
The 2011 one.
Let's see. If you see it on here, let me know.
So it might look to Gentlemen Prefer Blonde.
Here.
Yeah.
Down.
Right.
One more.
Down.
Right there.
Oh yeah, here it is. All right, perfect. So where would you rank it and why?
I would put it between S and A tier. This is one of those films when you first hear it was being made, like, why go back to the well that is the Muppet? Like, they haven't been popular since Muppet in Space, but they do. Nathan Segel and the people behind Flight of Conchords does something special with it. They made a movie that it made for, like, defending Muppet, but they also made a great song, like Man on the Muppet, Picture in My Mind, Life at a Happy song, and then they take Rainbow Connection, which is a great song, and make it emotional centerpiece moment I've seen that all the Muppets, despite they might be losing see, they come together to sing the song. It's an emotional, like gut wrenching moment in the film. I remember finding the movie. It was also a great cameo, Jim Parsons cameo, Jack and Nathan. Like, and it's funny the sonically, like, let's see, as much as I love the original Muppet, I remember the song more from this. And Man the Muppet is one of the best recent Disney songs in the last couple of years. That so funny, so clever layered. One great cameo. Like, I remember got huge applause in the movie theater when I saw it. Besides Jack and the Nathan cameo, both got applause. But it's so good, and it holds special place in my heart. I am a Muppet fan, and I was really surprised when I took my sister to see this. And I still hope one day they go back to they continue to come back and do another one, because I would like to see him go down this trail again.
Yep, totally. So, just gonna take a quick second to introduce my usual co-host, Chris Scott. We had a little bit of a last-minute time shift, so we're just
sorry about that. I didn't.
It's all good.
Apparently, see the messages. I was at work. Yeah,
that's all right. No worries at all. We just keep it casual here, so we kind of let people like have the freedom to just jump in, jump out whenever you're able to. So, but how you doing, Chris?
Doing good, man. Chris, I agree with everything you said about the Muppets. It's a solid film. It's emotional, music solid. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think, Brian?
I believe that it definitely belongs in a solid A tier for sure.
Yeah.
If not, we'll see if it doesn't move up to S.
Yeah.
Because
the only reason I voted, sorry.
Well, continue, Chris. Sorry.
The only reason I would say I would have put it in S, and I know somebody would be up. It does have the Chris Cooper rap scene, where I know a lot of people hate it for me.
Yeah, right.
One of the more funniest moments in the movie, but I know my roommate.
This could be right back. This could be right back for me.
Dad.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'll go to me real quick then. Yeah, like I actually love the Muppet movie from 2011. That's actually my second favorite Muppet movie of all time. I have a special place for the Muppet Christmas Carol. I almost wanted to add that on there because I actually think that the Muppet Christmas Carol is the best version of a Christmas Carol that's ever been made. Like, I think it's amazing. Mm-hmm. Michael Caine and all those guys. Yeah. So, but for the Muppet 2011, like I think that like the solid place, and I think that that definitely belongs at the top of A, and might even end up bumping it up to an S tier. We kind of see it as things go along, but yeah, I think that's a solid spot.
Yeah.
You
I love it. Like Rainbow Connection, that's my favorite moment in the movie when they all come together to sing Rainbow Connection.
Yeah, right. A definite callback to the original Muppet movie for sure. Yep. So we'll let Brian pick when he jumps back on, but I want to find one, and actually I don't want to steal Brian's thunder. I was going to go with Willy Wonka, but since he had that nickname, I'm going to go with the Wizard of Oz. I think Wizard of Oz, I think, is a definite S tier for me. Like, I think that's one of the like greatest like movies ever made almost. And as far as musicals go, like for the time that it was released, it was way ahead of its time. Like, you went from black and white to color, and like just like all the different songs, like If I Only Had a Brain, or just like singing about the Yellow Brick Road, or like the Munchkins singing. Even the Munchkins look a little creepy. I still think that that they're fun. They kind of look like old men that are like the size of a child. but like I think that it's great though, and a lot of lessons to be learned too. Like a lot of just like things like that, and also it's a movie that is for everyone. So like kids can watch it, and adults can watch it, and like grandparents can watch it. Pretty much any generation can enjoy The Wizard of Oz. And it's just one of those iconic movies that like everybody always talks about. And Somewhere Over the Rainbow is an absolutely iconic song too. And certain reasons why they have things like the ruby slippers in the Smithsonian Museum. Actually, that is where they're at in the original one. So yeah, 'cause it's really that iconic. But what do you think of the Wizard of Oz, Chris Scott?
So I agree with everything you said. It's one of those movies that is continue to stick with me today. And also, you mentioned that even kids can watch this. The one part that still scared me then kind of still gives me the chills today. And I know I'm older, okay, but the song from when the monkeys take off.
Yes.
There's something so creepy about that. Yeah. And
Yep, I would
just a
agree.
relationship between the different characters and how they kind of grow,
Yeah.
together.
Right. Yeah. What do you think, Chris Diaz?
I love Wizard of Oz a lot. I don't love it much anymore because I think, unpopular opinion, I think Wicked is a better version of it. The Have you seen Broadway show?
Okay.
I still love the Wizard of Oz. It's just like, I would just think Wizard of Oz, I would think Wicked because that gave a more sympathetic view to the Wicked Richard Red, Glinda, and the more clear view and a bunch of stuff. I still love Wizard of Oz. It's still a film I grew up watching all the time. Wicked Richard Red is one of the most scary characters ever made. And see that.
Yeah.
Even though after watching Wicked, I want to go hug her and say everything's going to be okay. But a debate for when the movie come out, why for those who never seen Wicked on Broadway.
Yep, definitely for sure.
Yeah, but it's still a great movie. I keep it as like it probably will move up or down, but we see how it go with the rest of the list. Like,
Okay.
I'd say so.
So what it is?
All right, perfect. We just put the Wizard of Oz in the S tier. So we skipped over you since you were gone. I took my turn, so we'll let you go, Brian. You're
Okay.
You have perfect timing to pick the next one.
For S, and that'll be Willy Wonka.
Yeah, but I was almost gonna pick Willy Wonka, but I'm like, you have the nickname, so I gotta leave it to you. But,
Yeah, for S tier.
now we gotta find Willy Wonka. I think it's
go down
at the bottom. Yeah.
There.
All right.
The good version, not the Tom and Jerry version that nobody should ever watch.
Right.
The remake, the creepy version.
Have you seen the Tom and Jerry Willy Wonka version? This article introduced it to me. I would never want to look at it ever again.
I've seen the gym.
So we interrupted you, Brian. Hey,
Yep.
So why do you think it belongs there? Sort of tell us about why you love this movie so much. I know I do, but I don't want to interrupt you.
Well, this is my second favorite film of all time. I love the music, and I've seen this film so many times as a child. Always like rewatching the videotape. I love the songs, the scenes like the chocolate room, the river, and all that.
Yep. And also too, Willy Wonka is not without a creepy moment when they're flying down the chocolate river. It's just like a really creepy moment.
Yep.
But and also you have Slughorn too, or Slugworth. Yeah. Yep. So
made even worse by the Tom and Jerry one.
Yeah. I got to check it out. It might be one of those movies that's like so bad, it's like you got to see it to believe it, maybe.
Oh, you want to see Slughorn and Veronica Salt scene? I want it now back and forth.
Oh yeah, the Veronica Salt, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like so Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is one of my favorite movies of all time. Also, that like Gene Wilder is amazing as Willy Wonka, and then you have like Grandpa Joe, which like somehow he's like totally bedridden, but then when he finds out you can go to the chocolate factory, you can get up and he can dance. All of a sudden, it's just like okay, but you have things like the fizzy lifting drinks. You have everlasting gobstoppers. You have the Oompa Loompas too, like the Oompa Loompas, like probably one of the most iconic songs in the movie to sing that like everybody tries to sing. Most people get the words wrong, but everyone has fun singing it. But for me, like I would even put it probably above.
I would put above Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I think so too. Like,
I mean, Wizard of Oz is good, but this may be a
Willy
hot
Wonka
take,
great.
but Over the Rainbow is kind of overrated in my opinion.
I have
Might
a
be
hot take, even though I'm Willy Wonka. I think Charlie is a bland character when you look back on it. Like, Gene
Yeah,
Wilder made
but-
the movie great, along with the rest of the characters. Charlie not that great. And much of what I hate on the remake, I say they made Charlie Elite in the remake more likable. And
Yeah.
I
this one,
quite enjoyed the remake. Actually, I enjoyed it.
So
Yeah, they're gonna have a remake of it. That's gonna
so I
be
think Dorothy is a more likable character.
when Willy Wonka's younger. I forget who they got to play a young Willy Wonka. I forgot what the cast is, but they're.
I believe they got Tom Holland.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have Tom Holland. Yeah, you're right. But Chris Scott.
But I
What are your
really-
thoughts?
I'm trying not to step over the stepping over here, guys.
No, you're good. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, just gotta
You
wave your
know-
hands in the
Like
air.
smoke
Yeah.
signals in the air.
Yep.
I think the Willy Wonka film is excellent. I definitely think it's a lot better than the remake with Johnny Depp. The remake with Johnny Depp is just way too dark. You know, Gene Wilder's character, yes, it is dark, but he's also kind of sarcastic. Like, he doesn't really, he has sort of an edge to him. And I think that it's too Tim Burton. I thought I'd never use that phrase from the other
Right.
show, but I did. It's way too Tim Burton. It's way too damn dark. It's like he snorted a line of LSD and was like,
Right.
let's make a version of Willy Wonka. Or he drank too much and he hates himself. Yeah.
Yep. You never go full Burton. Never go
You
full.
don't. And it's it's hard for me though, comparing the two, because I think they're both amazing movies. I think they both got amazing moments in it. But at the end of the day, I gotta lean more towards The Wizard of Oz. I think The Wizard of Oz is a more solid story. I think we have more solid character growth in there. I mean, sure, we have character growth where characters eat things or they get sick or they fall into the chocolate. You can't forget the songs. Yes, exactly. The blueberry, or they fall into the chocolate river. But at the end of the day, I think Wizard of Oz is more impactful from scenes where she's on the bicycle, the old lady on the bicycle. You have the Wicked Witch. It's just
There's also the
unbelievable.
that score.
The Yellow Brick Road, that whole world that they created is beautiful. So for that sole reason alone, I think Wizard of Oz should jump in front of Willy Wonka. Not saying it's not superior, because it is still superior.
Well, so we have one vote for Wizard of Oz. What do you guys think? It sounds like me and Brian would vote for Willy Wonka, but what about you, Chris?
I would Chris Scott here. I love Willy Wonka. I do. Also, saying the Tim Burton movie gone too dark. Have you read the book? Because the book is just as dark in the Tim Burton movie.
No.
Yeah, late in the Tim Burton movie, they didn't have Veruca Salt being turned apart like the Bobby did. Look it up. A real saying it.
Oh, you mean the book for Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory?
Are you talking about the shoe?
I've read that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've read Willy Wonka.
I do remember the book.
Yeah.
I've read Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. I've
Tim
read all
Burton was too dark. The book is just as dark as the Tim Burton movie.
True.
Even the Bobby show is more darker, and it has Veruca Salt being turned apart by squirrels. Look it up. It's real thing.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost want to show up to that.
That was in the remake, I remember.
Well, I think
in the Bobby show, they do a knock across the street, and then they tear her apart limb by limb, and you see her dismembered body on stage, and it's pretty disturbing.
Oh, wow. Well, I think for right now, I'll be okay putting the Wizard of Oz there. I mean, my heart kind of goes out to Willy Wonka, but But at the end, if I had to pick one of the other, I mean, I kind of do want to pick Willy Wonka, but I can see the case why Wizard of Oz is so iconic and why it's been remade so many times, like way more than Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka's had remakes, but not like the Wizard
we're
of Oz.
getting a remake in a couple years with Wicked, with technically a spin-off of it.
Well,
We're gonna get Wicked. And you have Return to Oz. You have the Muppets in Oz. You have the Wiz, which actually I meant to add to this. It might be on here. I can't remember if I added
the Wiz is good.
Are we talking about the James Franco pile of garbage with the hot air balloon?
Oh,
that was good remake.
No,
that one too, yeah.
They're not that bad.
Let it burn.
No.
Jerry King actually saying that movie for being good at they're trying to go bad.
I actually liked it, but now that we talk about Wizard of Oz, I meant to have the Wiz on here because that's definitely a musical where it's like mostly African American cast doing the Wizard of Oz.
Wait,
but I think
you don't have the Wiz?
No,
right
I think that
right there. Right.
Wait, would you see it?
Right behind High
Oh,
Society.
I see it.
Oh, it is right next to
yeah.
Society.
It's on the right.
Yeah, you're right. Yes,
there.
it is here, so we can talk about that whenever someone wants to choose it. But anyways, but yeah, I think that's a good spot for it.
So I'm actually going to choose a movie that should be on the very bottom of the list.
That is
bottom.
Yeah, got some stinkers.
So, Crybaby.
Never seen it.
Oh, really?
Never seen it.
I've never seen it either. So
it's right next to Fame. So it's the Grease version of this with Johnny Depp. It's horrible writing. It's kind of cheesy, and it's just I had an ex-girlfriend who was obsessed with this movie, and it was painfully boring. I just absolutely hated it. It absolutely should be an F.
And the movie has a really odd cast. I was looking at the cast for this. It has Ricky Lake, that old talk show host, is on there. Then you have Iggy Pop, and you even have Willem Dafoe in the movie, which is kind of weird. Like a weird movie for Willem Dafoe, I guess. But
Willem Dafoe in a musical.
Right.
What? Green Goblin is a musical?
He used to be in Spider-Man the musical, right?
Yes.
You see get Patrick Page, but that a different story for another day.
Right.
All right, so I chose my one to fall.
Yeah,
we get to my one to fall pretty soon.
Well, since you're the only one that's seen it, Chris, that's where it goes. So, all right, so we're on Chris Diaz because there's really no debate since none of us have seen it. So.
Okay, let's get the one that let's get it over it. Yeah, bad movie cast. Let's put it F and don't leave it there.
F tier. That movie was
F.
It was like horrible. So actually,
I said it before we went on. The only good thing about it is Hudson when it comes to memory. That whole sequence, it's good, but you get through so much stuff. It's the Richard James Cronin musical that we have on here. It's bad, awful singing. Ian McKellen, Hammond, James, and everybody we love. Wayne Windsor doesn't even sing. He gets started then. Yeah. I had nightmare working at the movie theater when we had it. Kid facing a cockroaches. Ian McKellen coughing off hairball. James Corden getting hit in the quad. So oh my god, what am I watching?
Yep.
It deserved to burn in hell. Nobody should ever sit through that. And Tom Hooper in director jail. And much I would defend Les Mis. I cannot defend this piece of garbage.
Nope. Yeah, what about you, Brian? Have you seen Cats?
I have not. That trailer terrified me. It's like Zoobies doing the motion picture or something like that.
Right. Yep.
But what Jennifer Hudson sing, and that's the only good thing you ever seen in the movie.
Yeah. When Jennifer Hudson sings it, it's actually good. She sings "Memory" at the end of the movie, and it's actually pretty good. But yeah, so the only reason why I've actually seen this movie because I also worked at a movie theater when Cats came out, and so I was an usher, so I was in and out of the theater all the time while it was playing. And actually, like kind of fun to like run into the theater to see at people's reaction. You see people with like just bewildered looks on their face, and they're just like what the hell am I watching? What the like WTF? What is this? So, but like you have a really solid cast, but at the same time, some weird kind of mixtures. Like you have James Corden; he's always in a lot of musicals. But then
we will get to that later. We have a lot to say about James Corden.
Yeah, but then you have Rebel Wilson, which is kind of odd in that cat outfit. Got Taylor Swift in there. You have Idris Elba.
Idris Elba, actually.
Yeah.
It looked like he having more fun than everybody else in the movie.
We watched the Schmodown. It's actually Idris Elba, right? That's
yes.
The big blunder from the Schmodown. But
he also not that bad in the movie compared to.
He played the villain, which actually like. If it wasn't a Cats movie, I would say that he was a pretty decent villain. But as a cat in a cat suit, no, thank you. Like I'm good.
His number actually the only other good scene in the movie is like the McCavity song.
Yeah, right. But I think just for a Jennifer Hudson song, I want to put it above Crybaby. But have you seen Cats, Chris Scott? Like, do you know anything about it?
So, okay, let me say this. All right, so. My friend Travis likes Cats. So I was like, cool. I'll watch the first Cats movie, and then I'll watch the remake of Cats. Okay? First off, what the actual hell? Who dropped acid and decided we needed a movie about the life and birth of cats? Or something?
It's to blame for this.
Yeah. What do they always talk about on the movie Cats? They talk about some kind of weird thing like Judi Dench. I forget what they talk about. I want to look it up, but anyways, go ahead.
Which is weird because you're saying something because I love cats. Like cats are amazing, but this is just screwed up. Okay, the first one was decent. All right, it was pretty good. It has like Memories, a great song.
Okay.
Then you see Cats, the remake, and the hell is that terror thing they put on the screen? It's just horrible. The casting choices were solid, and they would have been solid if they had been used correctly. As you said, the only solid part I feel like was at the end with Memory, and I feel like also you mentioned him as a villain. He was an excellent villain in this movie, and if it was not Cats, I'd be like, yes, it's a great movie.
Yep.
But
right, yeah.
For all those reasons we mentioned, and if so reason that it's Cats, it belongs at the bottom of Crybaby. It should not climb higher.
So Idris Elba does have that bad singing voice compared to a lot of other people.
She has a beautiful singing voice. She's incredibly talented.
I mean, Idris Elba. Like, he doesn't have that bad singing voice when McCavity come on. Like,
no, he's pretty good. And I even think James Corden is talented.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like wait until we talk about Prom, because I have a lot to say about how it's about.
I haven't seen Prom.
But
here.
Yeah, like actually kind of like the scene in Cats, which is kind of sad to say that I actually like one scene. But when they have Idris Elba in the hot air balloon and he raises up and then he falls, but he doesn't land on his feet because it's a symbol that like cats don't always land on their feet, so he just kind of falls to the ground or something. So that seems kind of interesting, but the word I was looking for, they always say the word jellicle. I don't know what a jellicle is, but they keep using that word. But I looked it up and all it means is dear little cats. So it's kind of like a term of endearment. So like Judi Dench is kind of like almost like the grandmother, I feel like, of the movie, and she has all the little jellicle cats or something that are all her little cats, she called them. So just a little like fun fact, but anyway, so yeah, I think that's a solid spot for Cats. So
absolutely,
we'll go to Brian.
Okay. For S, the original Mary Poppins for S tier.
Oh yeah, let's see. I gotta find Mary.
It has to be. It's gotta be S tier.
Yep,
Yes.
S. I would agree,
Yes.
Fight me anybody who say it doesn't deserve to be an S.
It's a perfect movie. The songs are incredible. Even while Julie Andrews an Oscar, this is like her first movie ever, and she won an Oscar for debut. And even "Feed the Birds" is also still one of Walt Disney's favorite songs to this day.
Yeah.
It have. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think as to like the scene alone, and I would say one of the best non-speaking moment is Mr. Banks walking to his job, and you got hear "Feed the Bird" music in the background.
Even after Bert sings the song to her "Men Have Dreams," that scene gets you emotional every time.
Then he see that the bird lady no longer there, and you realize that she might be dead, and that whole like the realization that you should enjoy what you have at the moment, and not rushing forward. It's such a strong message in the film. Like,
yeah, and have you guys ever seen Saving Mr. Banks?
Yes.
That movie. So like that movie is awesome because it really shows how like Mary Poppins, she came for the kids, yes, but she also came to help save Mr. Banks. Mr. Banks was like kind of like a lost soul, like he wasn't being a really great father. He's too wrapped up in his work, and he needed to get his priorities straight and realize that how important that his family actually was to him, and how much that he actually does love his kids, and in the end you just see that like when he walks to work, and then they do Feed the Bird, but then at the very end they all go fly a kite. They do Let's Go Fly a Kite, so yep. So I think that's pretty powerful. And then also Dick Van Dyke is amazing. I don't care what anyone says about his accent. I absolutely love it.
And not a bad another person accent for now the Mary Poppins movie. Yes, they definitely.
Yep, and like all the songs he sings, like Chim Chim Cherie, that's one of the few songs that I can actually play on the piano actually really well.
That's cool.
I can only play a few songs, but I can play Chim Chim Cherie, and then also they have the song "Step in Time" where they're all dancing on the rooftops and stuff. So yeah, I might even think. I mean, there's a debate to be had. Maybe Mary Poppins belongs at the maybe above Wizard of Oz. I don't know, but
I agree higher.
I would put it above Wizard of Oz.
What do you think, Chris Scott?
So, I think Mary Poppins is an amazing movie. I definitely don't think that can be refuted. In fact, I just watched an episode of Prop Collector, which is that brand new show about what?
Pop culture.
Prop culture, where the guy collects props. He's been collecting props for years. And one of the things he focuses on is finding and gathering original props from Mary Poppins. And there's some powerful moments in that episode. I don't want to ruin it if you haven't seen it, Jordan, and you as well, Chris. But it's absolutely an iconic movie. Gosh, now I'm arguing as I'm talking about it, it absolutely belongs at the top. It really does. It is better than Wizard of Oz.
Because for me, like when I watch Mary Poppins, like there's just this nostalgic feel from when I was a kid watching it, and then also I get chills just like in so many different scenes. I have so much fun singing along with the music. With Wizard of Oz, actually, I have fun, but I don't really get that like real connection and like where I just feel the like chills over it. Where I just feel like, man, this is like an amazing movie. I feel like this is one of the greatest movies, but it doesn't have that kind of like oomph that just like might even push it even above an S tier for me. Like for Mary Poppins, I definitely get that. So
yeah, same. I showed my girlfriend the first Mary Poppins for the first time a few years ago before we started the sequel, and she loved it. And like we watch it her questions out, and she hate old. She does a lot old movie, but watching her to like watching Mary Poppins was such like incredible.
Right, and also we give a shout out to Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and they got some animation in there too. So they got the animal penguins and stuff.
Amazing.
They're awesome.
Yes.
Also, the Bobby Show is not that bad either. Have you seen the Bobby Show too?
Oh, nice. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, uh, Chris Scott, penguins are like kind of one of his things, his favorite animals. So like
The whole wide
he's
world.
all about that penguin life.
Yes.
Yep.
And there's some pretty neat watch pop culture because it's some pretty neat insight how they filmed this movie. It was pretty groundbreaking actually.
Very cool.
I don't want to
Nice.
ruin anything else because like it's just
Yeah.
really neat to watch and see how they did some of this stuff. 'Cause
Right.
it
Yeah.
kind of blew my mind.
Well, so now it's my turn, and I'm not even 100% sure which one I want to pick yet. So I'm going to take a quick look at which ones I actually have seen. I think. Let's see. So I have one that I want to pick. So, one of me and my wife's favorite musicals, and my wife absolutely loves the music from it. I love it too, but like she like really loves it, like even more than me. But I got to go with Newsies. Like,
Yes.
is one of my favorite musicals. You have Christian Bale, and for Schmodown fans, you have a very small cameo from Kevin Smets. He's actually in the movie musicals, which is awesome. So hashtag smash cancer. I gotta say, but yeah, the Newsies is just one of those movies where like it might have been probably besides Mary Poppins. Well, actually, these like top three. So Mary Poppins, Wizard of Oz, and Willy Wonka are probably the first musicals I've ever saw it as a kid. But then right after that, I saw Newsies, and just like all the music is amazing, all the dancing, like the choreography. I think they really had that down like super super well, and to get such amazing performances from these child actors is just awesome, and the way that they create the 1920s, like really cool how they do it. For me, I would want to put it. I mean, I think in tier. I also really love the Muppets. I'm a huge Muppets fan, so I think I got to put it right below the Muppets. But what do you think, Chris Scott?
I think so. Oh yeah, dude, I absolutely love Newsies. I first saw Newsies in high school, and I saw Newsies probably like 3 or 4 times after. The music from it is just incredible. The dancing is solid. The way they create that universe, that world, it really makes you feel like you're there in the 1920s. And for that reason alone, I think it definitely is better than Muppets. But I don't think it's an S tier, though.
Right.
I think it's definitely an A. But I think it's better than Muppets for sure. I would move it above Muppets.
What do you think, Chris Diaz?
Oh, how should I put this? This movie not that good, and this is coming from someone who's seen the actual Broadway show. Came out today.
Same here.
I wanted to put Newsies in A tier would be the Broadway film version of it, but Newsies a good movie. But when you compare to what Disney did with the Broadway show, they improved a lot better with the Broadway show. But the movie suffered from Robert Duvall was not that good in the movie. We really bring the movie down. Christian Bale is a good actor, but he's not that good in the movie too. There's stuff that rubbed me the wrong way, where I think the story of it, especially with the Newsies boys strike and how it affected everything.
Yeah,
I think the Broadway show did a lot better, especially the emotional gut punch when they tell you what's going on about how the kids were treated back then. So I would put it in C tier. I love the song, but
you got C tier.
I couldn't put it.
Especially as a Broadway fan like myself, who's seen go to Broadway a lot and seen the Broadway version, and not my favorite version of Newsies. And one day, hopefully, they remake the movie for the Broadway version of stuff.
Well, they did a remake, I think, like for It was like a few years ago that I think that.
Yeah, the film Broadway version.
Yeah.
Definitely, we can't count that because that was filmed on stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Broadway version. All right.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Brian? You
I
seen
think
Newsies? What do you?
I see Newsies. I see that the film for Broadway, and I agree with Chris Diaz. The film for Broadway version is much better than the movie version because I don't think there's not those songs in the original. I think there's more songs in the remake of it for Broadway.
Okay. Well, for me, I still think that's A for me. It's a lot of nostalgia factor. Like I just grew up watching it, and that music's always playing in our house because of my wife. I'm not trying to remember like the main song. Hang on.
The Season Day.
Sanitary.
It's the one that she always plays is there's Santa Fe, but she always plays. Oh, she always plays the King of New York.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
Much better in the
Amazing
Broadway
song.
version.
I agree.
Yeah.
Chris.
Santa Fe
I
is an
agree.
incredible song. But we're talking
Yep.
about overall as this movie. This as a musical, though.
Chris Cooper
Yeah.
much better villain
Broadway
in the
is
Muppets
night and
than
day.
Robert Duvall is.
Right.
We can't include Broadway.
Mhm.
We can't.
Yeah, you got to rate it as a movie because these are musical movies. You're right.
Saying
So,
it's better-
We have to
Brian,
pretend Broadway doesn't exist for this film purposes.
But saying that
Yeah,
it's better than Muppet because, like, to start that bad movie down, Robert Duvall is so over the top in the film.
Robert Duvall,
that,
God is
yeah.
I love it. It's Robert Duvall. Robert
I
Duvall
know.
Yeah.
would talk about the weather, and I'd watch a movie just about him talking about the weather. Because
Christian
Robert
Bale's
Duvall's
saying
an
is
actor god.
really
Yeah.
bad at points in the film. I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, I think
Like-
that if you guys are saying C, we're saying A, we can make a good compromise. Maybe put it B. That
B.
could be,
Yeah.
B,
At
I'm
the top
okay
of
with.
B.
it could be a solid compromise.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
the song in this film save it for being way much lower than it.
Yeah.
And you get my wife in here to argue. Hey, Shannon, come in. All right.
You have not
Need
seen
your
the Broadway
input.
version, go watch the Broadway version, then you understand where me and
Yep. But all right. So now it's Chris Scott. Your turn to pick one. I'm just
So
gonna kind of
I
do
have
a little.
I have a Broadway musical that belongs in S for sure.
Okay.
It's such an iconic film. And actually up more. No. At the top
Up
of
more?
there.
Okay.
It's at the top.
The top.
I'm gonna grab it. Right next to My Fair Lady. Singing in the Rain.
Oh,
Yep.
I
Okay,
have
yep.
several different reasons. So it's a phenomenal movie. The dancing in this is 100% ad-libbed. They did it on the spot. Okay? Like, it's just a phenomenal film. The music's incredible. The way they filmed this is awesome. I think hands down, for me, Singing in the Rain is definitely better than Willy Wonka, for sure.
Okay. What do you think, Chris Diaz, about Singing in the Rain?
I would put it. I love King of Rain. This is one of my my top 10 favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
Like, I going to love this movie more time and watch it. I mean, make them laugh. Singing in the Rain. Every song is memorable. The dancing is very funny. It's very catchy. Should never be remade. Don't be touched at all. Just leave it the way it is. I mean, Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds. Love Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely. I would put it right behind Mary Poppins, above Wizard of Oz. I think just from the song to the character, the Make Them Laugh is one of the most funniest moments in any musical movie. Like, it just puts my mind on my face every time I think about it. And good morning. To be back to home night shift. Good morning to you and you.
Right. Yeah, totally. What do you think, Brian, of Singing in the Rain?
I enjoy Singing in the Rain. I love the music. I even love the The way they incorporate scenery to the former ride, the Great Movie Ride at Disney, and even they used it at one of the commercial in Magic Kingdom where it used to happen.
Oh right, yeah, totally forgot about that.
But I think I think that's preferred for scenery. Second base, I agree.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. I think that probably for like any of these musicals that we have, it may have like some of the best dancing and like to just hear that it's all done on the spot is just amazing. And then I mean, even besides just the song singing in the rain, you have so many other great songs in there. I mean, you have like "Fit as a Fiddle," I think is one of them. You have "Good Morning" that we mentioned, and then it's also a love story. So you have "You Were Meant for Me" and "All I Do Is Dream of You." You got those ones in there. So I mean, yeah, like I wouldn't put it above Mary Poppins, but I think right there is the perfect spot. I would agree.
Yeah, I
So-
struggle between both of them.
I just want to add one little thing
Yeah.
for Chris Diaz. So if you haven't heard Molten on Movies,
hmm
Molten and his daughter interview the daughter of Gene Kelly, who
Ooh.
tells the story about what it was like to be with her dad on the set of Singing in the Rain and how much he put into the dancing and everything else and what he was like as a
Yeah.
human being. Pretty cool. Check it out.
Yeah, and also to do that dance like when it's pouring rain or just water coming down on you and not slip and fall. You know?
Yeah. Oh,
And it's
yeah.
pretty talented. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yep. So now we go to Chris Diaz. You get to pick one.
Let's see what
You got-
we have down.
and just kind of do the slow scroll for it.
You know what? Let's go with my guilty pleasure.
Okay.
And I
What's
will
that?
fight anybody on it, Moulin Rouge.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Yep, that
is
one is
one of the
No, I
films
saw it.
that I came late to the party on to my senior year of high school, and I watching TV and it came on and it was the spectacular pitch meeting moment, and I'm like, ooh, what is this film? Watch it from the beginning. I'm like, this is one of the most fun jukebox musicals of all time. Like
here it is.
great music, phenomenal finale. I will stop the movie right at the end of Come What May because I don't want to see her die. Like I want to end it right there.
right.
Like, but it's so memorable. Like a virgin scene, one of the most funny, uncomfortable moment in any musical.
right.
Like Roxanne is good, or like the dance scene. Like I'm not the biggest Bob Landman fan. I admit with some of his movie, but the way he directed the movie, yes, the first 10 minutes is weird, but once you get to Diamond and the Girl Best Friend and onward, the film get better in terms of directing. And it's so good. Ian McGregor, Nicole Kidman, John Leguizamo, that creepy guy that played the prince who always revealing a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Jim Broadbent.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even though they dub his voice,
Broadbent.
he's still fun and funny and have a decent voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like the show must go on moment. Yeah, it's dubbed, but he beamed the acting to that moment.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I love this movie. I just see some people saying not S tier, but definitely between A and S because it's a film that's so fun. And I won a lot of trivia debates on this one alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think, Brian?
I
Moulin
haven't.
Rouge?
Moulin Rouge is one of those musicals I haven't seen yet, so I can't say anything on it.
You say I spoiled the ending. Oop.
well, I'll just say that it's one of those movies that I've seen once all the way through, and then one of my ex-girlfriends was obsessed with this movie, so she always had it on all the time. So and I got to rewatch just kind of bits and pieces. But you have a really solid cast. I mean, you have Ewan McGregor, you have Nicole Kidman, John Leguizamo. I mean, so yeah, and then Chris mentioned Jim Broadbent. So yeah, and like it wasn't my favorite when it first came out, but it's one of those movies that really grew on me. And actually, just from seeing the movie version, kind of makes me want to go see the Broadway version because, like, I just imagine the set pieces have got to be like amazing for the Broadway version. So, but yeah, I think that I don't know. Like, it's a little tough for me. Like, I could go high B, low A, but I mean, I'd be happy either one. But what do you think, Chris Scott?
So this is a musical that I think, like you, I mean, I think I saw it with friends. I definitely did not see it in theaters per se, but at the same time, after like continuous watches, I loved it, and it stuck with you. It sort of transports you to this world. It's magical to a degree. You know, it really is a solid cast, incredible music, um, and the costuming is awesome. The sets are incredible in this movie. For that reason alone, I actually got to put it up an S behind Willy Wonka.
On the Esther. Oh wow.
Yes,
Give it Esther.
I would.
And also, we can't
Yeah,
forget about the Lady
Yeah.
Marmalade song, which actually became a hit on the Billboard charts. So
yeah, the
yeah.
elephant love medley moment, one of my favorite moment any music.
Yes.
Movie music.
Yep.
Who knew Obi-Wan Kenobi can sing? Like that minute, I'm like, holy shit, he can sing.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Seriously.
amazing.
Yeah.
He need to do more musical. Like, Jesus. Man.
Yeah.
Well,
They talk about remaking Guy and Dog. Put him and Nathan Detroit or Guy Masterson.
yeah, right. There you go. I'd be all right with that. So I gotta ask, do you think that it's better than the Muppet movie? Because for me, I don't know if I could put it above the Muppet movie.
Which one I
Muppet's
cried more at?
iconic. So
I cried both time at both of them. I'm like, which one I saw more? That tough.
yeah, right. It's a tough call. Like I'd be happy where it's at, but what do you guys think?
I might put it above the Muppet just for the finale itself. That last 10 minutes of it with the Come What May finale, it's stunning. Like
Well,
it's,
so Scott says,
I mean, and the ending of Muppet is great, but it and on the happy note with all moves that make you want to call your eye down at the end.
yeah, right, yeah. So I think maybe at the top of A is a solid spot for now, and it might move up, but it depends on where we're at.
I'm just happy we agree and Mulan will be great.
Yeah.
I was so very like.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
totally. So now it's Brian's turn.
Yep. So I was for S, the remake of the producers.
Ooh,
Okay, so
we got a long
about that
conversation
one.
to have about that.
All right, so where would you rank it and why, Brian?
I would put S. I love the remake of it. It's like even though it's like a film version of the musical, but this I love the humor, love the way they casted Will Ferrell as Franz, and also the set and the music is incredible.
Yeah, like for me, like I included both versions of the producer because I think there's an argument to be made that the original is better, but there's an argument to be made that the remake's better. Like they're both good in their own way. So and like I think that the casting for the remake was awesome. You have Will Ferrell, you have Nathan Lane, you have Matthew Broderick, you have Uma Thurman. So like that cast there is awesome. But for me, the story is just a little too kind of off the wall for me. I definitely wouldn't put it A. For me, it's more. I mean, I would even put it down to like a C tier for me. I just like the story. It's about making a musical about Hitler, which is funny, but at the same time, I'm kind of like it's just more of a C for me. It didn't really resonate as much, but that's just me. But what do you think, Chris Scott? Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen the remake and I've seen the original. The original is phenomenal. It is
Right.
perfect. The music is solid. and now I got to look up who the original cast is. But as far as I'm concerned, without even really looking at the cast, the original casting was so much better in this. I think that they tried to modernize it. Will Ferrell isn't Froggy. He
Right.
just isn't. He's Will Ferrell. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. And Matthew Broderick is okay. While I'm looking at this, sorry, hold on.
Nathan Lane Matthew Broderick was the actor from the Broadway show. That's the correct.
1967. I'm looking at original. Sorry, guys.
Original was Joe Marcel G. Wilder for original.
Yes, and it was made
Gene
by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a.
Mel Brooks,
It was a Mel Brooks film.
who also went on to produce the. He directed the Broadway version of it on Broadway.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Gene Wilder, Zero Mostel, Dick Strain. I mean, just it's just, and it really captures a lot more of the ridiculousness of the situation. Of, as you said, making a movie about making a musical about Hitler, and it really kind of pokes fun at the whole thing. And I think it does a better job of really capturing what it's all about. For that reason, right there, the remake belongs in C. I'm okay with putting it at C. Yep. It's not bad, but I wouldn't say it's horrible either. Okay, maybe it would kind of drive you, like we've talked about in the past, and I never thought I'd be using your words, Jordan. Okay, because I'm anti-remake for the most part.
Right.
But in our remakes, I didn't realize how many remakes there were.
Yeah, right.
But then I would put the original producers in an S tier.
Okay. Well,
Now,
what do you think, Chris Diaz?
I love the Broadway version. I do. I think the movie is good. Could be better. I kind of feel like they paused for laugh because they expect the audience to laugh, and that feel odd when we watch the movie. But I think Keep It Gay is a great moment in the movie that made me laugh so hard.
Yep.
I mean, Waterfalls, and I forget the other act. The guy who got died recently, Gary Beach. They came back for the Bobby show, and they were phenomenal. I think they were funny at points in the film. I broke my leg. I broke my other leg. Like that moment killed me laughter. And I think Nathan Lane does the better job than Matthew Broderick because I think Matthew Broderick, besides Fred Bueller and besides liking, I'm not the biggest and election. I'm not the biggest Matthew Broderick fan.
Yeah,
I think he played such a same awkward person. I think Nathan Lane still carried that funniness and just for the Bobby show made it funny. I think we get a cameo for someone who watched the Arrowverse. You got Doctor Who. You got Captain Jack and Springtime for Hitler. Thing that Malcolm Merlin himself, that brilliant casting there rewatching, and he great. The Springtime for Hitler scene is hysterical and great. Gary kill it in that role. And same with Roger, but I love the two of them. I see Bobby person. I think there are a lot of great moments in the movie. I thought what they did is stop line just to wait for the audience to laugh, and it really take the movie down a notch rewatching it. But I keep it in B range or C range. Like I do enjoy the movie a lot, and Keep It Gay. A lot came below. Dude got a couple of great moments in the film that make me laugh so hard. But yeah. Like at Springtime for Hitler, like I think it's just as good as the original. Like they make it just as funny and just like outrageous, and so. And you can't do wrong without Malcolm Merlin and Captain Jack himself singing.
Yep, right. Yeah, so I mean, me and Chris kind of thought C for the remake. We might even rank the original a little higher, but like, what do you guys think? I think that's probably like.
I'm okay with BSC.
Yeah, I think that
the original. Okay, it's never mind. We'll wait.
Yeah, we'll get to the original, but
enough there to keep it from being lower. Like that.
Yep. But now it's my turn. Let's see. So I gotta go with one that there's always a staple in my house. It's probably one of my mom's favorite movies that we always watch is The Sound of Music.
Oh,
So
yeah.
with The Sound of Music, like the only thing, so I love this movie about the Von Trapp family and all their kids and everything. But the thing that always gets me is that it's so long. I think it's like way too long. That
Like
like
3 hours or so.
yeah, I always find myself about like a little over halfway through, just looking at my watch, being like, "All right, like is this done?" But at the same time, like you have some of the most iconic songs. You have "Doe, a deer, a female deer." You have my favorite things.
Maria.
Yep, or "You Are 16, Going on 17." So you have
Yes.
so many.
It's funny though. Every time I see Ava Light, I see that creepy theme song from Man from High Castle.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
Edelweiss, yeah, and it's on the Man from High Castle. Yep, yeah, right.
Damn.
Yeah, so,
okay. Yeah.
but for me, like, I'm almost tempted because I mean, Julie Andrews, she can hit those like those incredible high notes too. She's just really good at that. But like, I just feel like because it's so long, like it just kind of like look a little too long. I feel like they probably could have cut a good 30 minutes out, maybe. But like, I would put, I would put it at the top of A for me. So that's where I would put it. But what do you say, Chris Scott?
So for all the reasons you listed, including the songs, the amazing cast, and just the set, and the time like doesn't bother me. It doesn't feel too long. You know, I remember watching it. I remember watching it the first time in a choir class in middle school. Loved it. And I've loved it since. I think it's an amazing story. And I think it's a solid musical. And Julie Andrews is incredible, and the rest of the cast is amazing. For that reason, I definitely believe it should be in an S tier.
Yes.
Ahead of Willy Wonka.
Yes.
What do you think, Chris Diaz?
I love Sound of Music. If we talk about one time, we should talk about West Coast and every other one that almost the average long. Like, so.
Yeah.
But I love Sound of Music. R.I.P. Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Catcher Von Trapp. We always remember him.
Sad, yeah, he just barely passed away. Yeah.
I love the music. I love the story. I love. Is that one of those timeless classics that got ruined a bunch lately with the Super Carry Underwood version, but nobody should ever see that I sadly saw when it came on TV?
Sounds disturbing. No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but only Christian Boyle gave me a good performance. But yeah, it's good. Oh, and Audra McDonald, I can't not say anything bad about her, otherwise people would come after me.
Yeah. But I do gotta give a shout out though when they had the Oscars and they actually had when they had Lady Gaga come out and sing the Hills Are Alive, and like she killed it. Like in my mind, she gave me chills. And I actually thought that she did it better than Julie freaking Andrews, and I was like blown away. I'm like, how could someone do it better than Julie freaking Andrews? And she did it, and it just like blew my mind away. I was like, what the hell is like happening? Are we in another dimension here, or like what's happening? It's Lady Gaga.
Yeah, everyone wants to see a better version of Climb Every Mountain. When you're not seen it, watch Audra McDonald version. It's really good.
Yeah,
and it's a happy version of Sound of Music.
But what do you think, Brian? The Sound of Music.
I agree. S tier. It's a bit long, but the music is iconic. So long, so long, farewell, Do Re Mi, my favorite things, Maria. Iconic. It deserves to be an S tier. So I think it should be where it is right now, but okay, we're going ahead of Willy Wonka.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think
put it ahead of Willy Wonka. It pained me to say that. I'm not sure to look your imagination. I just had to put
that one's tough. But a little fun fact. So on YouTube, I have one channel for the Movie Hero Network, but then I have my own personal channel, and I've only ever put one thing on my personal channel. It's a clip from the Family Guy where they spoof the Sound of Music. and you see like, well, no, never mind. I was thinking the Sound of Music is actually the Little House on the Prairie, but it's another one
You're
of those
thinking
scenes.
of when
They're running to
Stewie is
the-
saying,
Yeah. I was thinking of the Little House on the Prairie episode, so never mind. Because
no, they do Stewie did the Julie Andrew on the bicycle moment in a part of a gag.
They do have that one.
I have confidence.
But I do gotta give a little shout out. They do it in European Vacation where they have Chevy Chase going, "The hills are alive with the sound of Griswold."
Yes.
What is that? Yeah.
And I'll talk about the Vin Diesel, but never talk about Vin Diesel.
Hey, I enjoy that scene.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. But anyways, yeah. So that brings us
Chris Scott.
to Chris Scott. So you get to
Alrighty.
pick one.
Gosh,
I can do the
There's-
little slow scroll.
this is kind of tough because there's so much. So I'm gonna pick. I'm actually gonna pick a Mamma Mia.
Which one?
Okay.
First
There's two of
one.
them.
The first one, Mamma Mia. So I think
Only
that's
one. There's one good one and one bad one. So let's see.
Yep. So what do you think of Mamma Mia, and where do you think it belongs?
So I really went into this like I went with my mom, my dad, my grandma, my wife, and I love ABBA. ABBA's incredible, but I really was kind of like, this movie looks really lame. It's like I ended up having a lot of fun, and like literally half of the audience was singing along to the music. It was just a lot of fun, incredible writing, solid casting, an amazing story. You know, you kind of cried at times. You really felt for these characters. And for that reason, I actually think it belongs in A for sure.
Oh.
All right, A. So what do you think, Chris Diaz?
For someone who was supposed to do the movie, supposed to do the musical last year, but COVID was shut down. Okay, for a moment there, I hope you were talking about the sequel, which is the much better version. But yeah. I mean, my God, Pierce Brosnan. I always say I have a debate with myself who the worst singer in a movie musical between Pierce Brosnan, Russell Crowe, and Gerard Butler. But he brings the movie down so much, and like the problem I have with the first Mamma Mia, it's just like it all over the place in terms of entertainment. There are fun moments in it, and then there are really bizarre moments. Pierce Brosnan is not a good singer.
No,
Conflict is okay singer, and All That Summer is the best moment in the movie. And Winner Take It All. I think Meryl Streep is good. I think her better in the other movie musical. And we will get to that on the other two. But I think Amanda Seyfried, one of the actors I like but don't love. I think is it Christine Baranski that playing Tanya?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, she's really good, and Julie Water is great. They steal a lot of laugh in the first movie. But I would put it in C. I think there's stuff that dragged the movie down to me that I end up did not like it, and I might bring up the sequel next time because that I had a much better experience with it. I went in wanting to hate, and I came out loving the sequel. Mostly, but that another story. There's good stuff to it, but it, especially when terms of telling a story, I think the Barbie show does a better job for actually stepping in the production of it. And if they're more contained and not all over the place like the movie musical did, they take song and put it in places that should not be put in. I think All Last Summer benefits from it in a better moment in the movie, but other songs of more personal. Take a Chance on Me is a more self-contained thing in the musical, and I'd say more funnier. God, every time I think Mamma Mia, I think SOS, I hear Pierce Brosnan, horrible.
Yep.
Generic on the wall, King voice. Let me just end on my rage on Mamma Mia, and hopefully it can be up to the sequel. for the next.
Yep. All right. Well, what do you think, Brian? About Mamma
I
Mia?
agree. Mamma Mia I love the
Oh,
cast of the film. I love the music, especially the scene for Out Last Summer. Take a Chance on Me. Those are my two favorite scenes for the film.
Yep. Yeah, for me, like I'm not very uh, uh, big on Mamma Mia. I do have to say that the cast though is a great cast. You got Meryl Streep in there, so
Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep.
yep. So you can never go wrong with Meryl Streep. Yep. And also, you,
because you
you have
left here.
You have you even have Stellan Skarsgård in
yeah.
there. And you even have Dominic Cooper in there for a little bit. So I mean, so it does have a pretty solid cast, but at the same time, like it's not really like one of those stories that really appeals to me. I would rank it actually. I mean, pretty low on the list. I would rank it like, even like a D. Like I'm not super high on it, but at the same time, I do love all the music, and I think ABBA is an incredible band. Like I always wish they would have came out of their retirement and had some new music because their music is amazing. So I mean, for the music alone, I'd be willing to even bump it up to a C. I think C.
Yeah, I really compromise on C.
Yeah, but what do you guys think? Do you think that's a fair spot, or what do you think?
So, as far as putting it in C, we're gonna do that. We need to bump producers down to like D or E.
Ooh, no.
Yeah,
Mia I had a phenomenal experience with that movie. Like I had a lot of fun. The music was incredible. I don't know where the hating on Rosin's coming from. I loved that scene with SOS. I thought it was a powerful moment between them. I mean,
he just can't sing. His voice isn't good.
He cannot.
don't agree. I thought he was
Yeah.
awesome in that.
Yeah.
And I loved
He's a great
seeing
actor.
Rosin in a singing role. Like,
Yeah.
when's the last time we saw Pierce Brosnan before that? I mean, he's just awesome. So
Yeah, the
for
last
that
time we
reason,
saw
I
him, he was
mean,
like James Bond.
if you guys hate this movie so much, I'm okay with at least putting it in A tier.
Well, I don't really hate it. I just don't. It doesn't really resonate
And
with me.
not the Mamma Mia I would put higher.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, we could maybe compromise. We could put it in a B tier. I mean, I think would be a fair compromise. I'm a little don't really want to put it above the producers, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I guess we can compromise.
I'd be okay with meeting there.
Okay,
Same.
I think that's fair. So now it's Chris Diaz's turn.
Since we just talked about it, let get the other one out. Mamma Mia. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Spoiler alert. So you heard me say it. I did not like the first Mamma Mia that much. So my girlfriend wanted to see this. I went and dragging against my will to see this on opening weekend. And I was expecting, I hate this. This didn't sound so bad. And when it began, all the way to the end, Lily James, it's so fun. I didn't know that it's ridiculous. And I had so much fun with it. Her Lily James Mamma Mia version, I think much better than Meryl Streep Mamma Mia version because it's more emotional and it hits home on what she's going through in the moment. Meryl Streep made it too fun and too over the top. But Cher being Meryl Streep mother and the Fernando moment is so fun and funny moment in the film. The back and forth. Dominic Cooper did better. I think Meryl Streep did better. I liked it. I hope back to the scene in the end with Donna Jones coming in and the back and forth between all of them. I thought beautiful emotional moment in the movie. And he got it really funny in the movie. And the reveal who he is, I think is brilliant. And the young cast does a great job. It feels like it's from a sequel when you expect nothing about it and you just have a smile and Chris Scott say about the first laughing, smiling, singing along to the song. Dancing Queen is a brilliant moment in the movie that's really funny way to bring it in. The tie back to the other stuff is very funny. like the guy who tried to go after the girl he loved, and then the way that tie into then getting back to the island, it's very funny. And Dolly Water and Christian Barati still continue to get laugh after laugh, and it's so fun for a sequel that nobody expected to be good. This was one of the biggest surprises of the 2018. I was expecting, like, and I love every moment of it. And it's better than the first one. Even Pierce Brosnan is better than this one, and he actually got good emotional moments in the film. And Bill Scott got, I think it's Trent Brothers or something like that, like show up in that one little scene. It's like very funny little scene. Because you almost see Bill Scott got gain weight all of a sudden, and then you realize, no, it's his character brother that looked like him all of a sudden. Yeah, like you have not seen it, go watch it. It's so dumb, but it's so fun. I put it in B tier. Like it's one of the most fun musical movies I saw the last couple of years. Like,
you say B tier, and you say
above the first one with me.
But what do you think, Brian? Have you seen the sequel, the Mamma Mia?
I haven't seen the second one, but I prefer the first one more. So
yeah, for me, I haven't seen the second one either because the first one kind of turned me off. So I'm like, I don't really care about the next one. So I didn't see it. But we do want to say though, having Cher there, at least it's someone that can really sing like really well. So, but
Lily James really good singer too, and it really surprising.
Have you seen it, Chris Scott?
I have.
The second.
And I agree with you, Chris Diaz. I really loved the first one, and I went into the second one thinking like, okay, this is gonna be okay. You know, it's hard to do a sequel. We've talked about that before. Yep. But they do it really well. And it's a great film. I love the auditions of Colin in there. And I love the addition of Cher in there. And I can't think of the male lead right now. Yes.
Annie Garcia and Lily James, like a lot of name in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Solid. Yeah, Annie Garcia.
I feel so bad. We got spoiled.
Definitely B and B.
Yeah.
And actually,
that's a solid spot for it.
I'm going to move it up to A behind Muppets, the sequel.
Well,
because you're right, it is a much better film.
Well, what do you think, Chris Diaz?
Yeah,
I've seen it. You'd be okay with that?
Yeah, I love it. And like, for someone who did not like the first one, this is a film that I love every moment of it, and I've rewatched moments again here and there whenever I get bored.
Nice. So the sequel is better than the first, so that's good. So Brian looks like he's maybe stepped out a minute, but so I'm gonna pick one, and we'll let him pick when he comes back. But let's see. I gotta see what else we got here.
We got a bunch of good ones.
Yeah, and I'm trying to pick the ones that I've actually seen because there are a fair amount in here that I haven't seen. But so one of the ones I want to talk about that I was actually really surprised. I actually started out listening to the music first, and the music blew me away. So I went and watched the movie. So I'm gonna go Sing Street. So that is awesome, and it has incredible music, and the story is really solid. It has a little bit of an unknown cast, but it came out. I want to say it came out. What was it, like 2017, something like that? 2018, something like that. But yeah, this movie just like blew me away, and like the music, something that I have on my on some of my Spotify playlists that I listen to over and over because the music's just awesome, really rocking, really like just cool music, and for me, I don't know if I could put it quite as an A. I mean, I'm as an S, so I couldn't put it quite an S. Is what I meant to say, but I'd be okay putting it at the top of A. That's where I would want to put it. I've only seen it just the one time, and I loved it. And actually, it's a movie that I want to watch a second time, just because I kind of forget little bits and pieces of it, but the music like always sticks with me. So yeah, I got to go with that. But But what about Chris Scott? Have you seen it? Have you ever seen Sing Street?
I've never ever seen Sing Street, but I couldn't put it above Newsies.
Okay.
Newsies is incredible.
True.
Ooh.
You know, it's just Newsies is iconic. It really, really is. You know, based on I just did our initial search. Looks like they were comparing it to that Beatles movie where everyone forgets, and no way in hell I'm going to see that thing.
This is, this is
Yesterday,
different
yeah,
movie.
no.
So
Hold
one of the
on.
songs that I really love from it.
This
As
is
a
not
phone driver?
yesterday. This is Irish music. Like with
Yeah. So on the song.
The
Drive It
point
Like
is, they
You
had it
Stole
in the same
It,
group. That's what I was thinking. So
yeah.
Yeah, if you want to hear one of the best songs from Sing Street, you got to hear "Drive It Like You Stole It." That's probably my favorite song from the movie. That song's like really rock and get you kind of pumped up and want to dance and stuff. So yeah, but what do you think, Chris Diaz? What do you think?
Private?
You've seen it.
Drive It Like You Stole It with Rob Oscar nomination.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like
Yep.
this is. So I relate to the point there. I saw like the last couple of weeks when they were playing theater. My parents like they told me to see it. Like fine, I love Once. I will see this. I like the director. I like Begin Again, and I love every minute of it. Jet Vader at the butter is really good. Everybody in cast is great. Drive It Like You Stole It, one of the most fun moments in the movie that well directed, well acted. It have emotions. Like the brother relationship is so touching and so right on the point. The romance is good. Great ending. Yeah, I have to think of where I put an A tier, but definitely A tier for me. This was one of the films I was really surprised I was expecting much from, and one of my favorite indie movies the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I
say
wish
A
he could do more stuff because he hasn't done much since Sing Street. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So like basically, from what I got out of it, that it's about just some Irish friends that just show like what it was like to grow up in Ireland in the 80s, and it just shows them in high school. It shows them hanging out with their friends, just like, and there's a lot of cool music and stuff. So you get to see what that part of the world was like during that time, which I thought was a pretty cool thing to see. So I mean,
and Chris O'Donnell is really awful principal
Oh, yeah.
in the movie. That you hate him so much. He's such a great actor, but you hate his character. So
yeah, I
much.
forgot that was Chris. I doubt in that movie. So for anyone who doesn't know who Chris Dowd is, he's an Irish actor. He was in Bridesmaids at the end when they get pulled over by the cop at the end of Bridesmaids.
He's the love interest for Kristen.
Yeah, he's the cop that actually pulls her over. So because he wants to like try and hit on her.
Out. And
Yeah. Yep. So, but
he also in another good musical. No, not musical, but movie about music. About I forget what it's called. Like,
yeah. So I think A is a solid spot. But what do you think, Chris Scott? I mean, you haven't seen it, so you didn't want to put it as high, but
as I said, I go back to Newsies. It can't be better than Newsies. It really can't be.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's definitely.
Yeah.
Scott, have you seen the Broadway version of Newsies on Disney Plus?
No, we're not comparing the Broadway version here.
Yeah, right.
You just can't.
Yeah, let's have another conversation when you've seen that about which one is better between the Newsies.
I'd say Sing Street's probably my favorite musical of the last 10 years, I would say.
Ooh, I had to think about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with, hey, I'll meet you halfway. I think that Moulin Rouge is definitely better, or probably Imagine is better than Sing Street.
I could be okay with that.
Yeah.
You put it in between the Muppets and Moulin Rouge, yeah.
All right,
fair.
I'm happy with that.
All right, so now we have Brian. You can pick now.
Okay. For C, Les Mis.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about Les Mis because I have a hot
The
take
two Hugh
on
Jackman
Les
musical
Mis.
we have on here.
Yep. So, where would you rank Les Mis and why?
Is C.
Ooh.
I enjoy Hugh Jackman and Hathaway performance, but I did like Russell Crowe. Javert. Like it was fine, but I would say C is where it belongs.
Ooh.
Yeah. So for me, like I would even rank it even lower for me personally. For me, like I just didn't really resonate because they were singing from literally like the opening moment of the movie to the very like last second of the movie. They were singing the entire time, and then it doesn't let up, and like I'm just like waiting for a moment where we could breathe for a second to just like have some like story in there. But I think that's not really the like point of it. I think that the like point of Moulin Rouge is to have the music from beginning to end, and also I will say Anne Hathaway was incredible, and Hugh Jackman. So I mean that might bump it up a little bit for me. I wasn't super impressed with Russell Crowe really, but I mean I kind of got lost in the fact that they were singing so freaking gosh dang much in this movie that I'm like all right, breathe people, breathe, come on. But it's like, so I mean I think C is probably about right. Like I would agree with Brian, probably a C. But Chris Scott, have you seen it, or what do you think?
So, okay, I gotta first off say that since you kind of laughed before, I gotta compare this first off to the book because it was first a book.
Okay.
Les Mis was a story
Yep.
in French. I learned it to try to impress a girl. Okay.
Okay.
I got the translation. I read the whole thing, and I actually loved it. It's a lot of fun. Fast forward, I think the movie is enjoyable. I didn't hate Russell Crowe. He wasn't horrible. He was kind of in the middle. He served his purpose. I don't think he had a horrible singing voice, and I think overall it's a lot of fun. I definitely would put it in front of Mamma Mia for sure.
Yeah.
And I maybe yes.
Okay. Well, Chris Diaz, what do you think?
Okay.
These are a novel.
When you say it's untrue, the Broadway show is untrue as well. That well, like, but okay, So Hugh Jackman and Hathaway are great. Eddie Redmayne is actually really good in Movie and Marius, like, and Samantha Bach. And Trevay is good. Like, a run to the cast is really good. I think Chris Scott would agree with me that the problem with the movie is that they try to stay true to both the musical and the book at the same time, and you can't have it both ways.
Yes.
With disjointed at that point with Mary's grandfather coming in, and then other stuff they add in. I do love that they add in Javert putting the medal on it on Javert's body after the battle. I think that kind of speaks to his turmoil that wasn't in the book, wasn't in the musical. That I thought was an excellent addition. I thought Russell Crowe was okay. I think the confrontation scene and the Javert intervention after the robbery is a great moment with him. So Javert, but I think his suicide and thought could have been better, especially just on that love from the musical itself. But I thought it still created emotion. It still had the gut punch it had. I still cried. I like the little addition they had here and there of like, it's that talking about the mother who said, you save me from a man from hatred. You learn to love another. That line they added into the end. I thought was a beautiful line. And Harry the Bishop at the end being the one that guided him into heaven. I thought was a beautiful touch. Like, there's stuff I love about the musical. I wrote the fan. I don't think Tom Hooper is the best director ever, and you can tell just in character he's not that great at directing musical. But the performances, besides Russell Crowe, are great. Like Helen Bonham Carter, Sacha Baron Cohen, are really funny at Snotty Air. I think Sacha Baron Cohen, there'll be a lot of good laughter here and there.
True.
And I think Amanda Seyfried's voice is better in this than it is in Mamma Mia. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Cosette as a character, but I thought I like her take on it. So I put it in B range above Mamma Mia because that's a better Amanda Seyfried movie than the first Mamma Mia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. I would.
And Hugh Jackman performing Anne Hathaway, everybody else. Samantha Box, like, nobody talked about how good she was at Eponine. Like, she was, like, on my own, is up there with any of Hugh Jackman and Hathaway song.
Yeah, that song was incredible.
She really good actress. And Eddie Raymond, like, he's not that bad thing either. Like, every chance he takes, but he brought the emotion I felt during the song that I felt like not a lot of other people didn't probably, so that I felt the emotion of the song. Like,
Yeah.
And yes, he sound like Coming to Fall, but who else does not sound like Coming to Fall?
Right. Yeah, and I think that like maybe I'd be okay with even going above Newsies. Like, I think maybe at the top of B, because for me, so like I will say that I actually have seen the Broadway show, but I didn't see it live. I saw it on a recording. So and I actually like the Broadway version better. Like, I thought that like they just did an incredible job. They kind of did it a little different to see it on stage, but like I thought it was amazing. But like, it just blows my mind that Tom Hooper that directed Les Mis, but then he also directed Cats. Like, I don't know how that worked, but but I mean, I think that's a solid spot at a high
And
D.
he and the director jail got like another musical director from this list is at the moment in terms of stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'm okay with that.
All right, so now we have Chris Scott. You get to pick one on here.
So I'm going to pick Grease.
Grease,
God.
yeah.
That is an argument we need to have.
Let's see. I know it's on here. Is it near the top?
It is right next to Rent.
Rent.
Remake.
Rent. Let's see.
Grease.
Am I not seeing it? Oh yeah, Grease. Okay. Yep. So I have Grease 1 and Grease 2 on here. So there's also that one.
Let's just forget about Grease 2 and then we'll talk
Let's
about
just forget about Grease 2. Set it on fire. Put it into a dumpster. Set
Really?
it out of the ocean.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a hot take. I like Grease 2 better, actually. That's just me.
I think so. Can I make my case, guys?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Grease should definitely be an S tier. Hands down.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So?
It should be above Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
really?
No.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll put it here for the time being, but you make your argument. Why
this is why, okay? I think that I've always wanted to be kind of like I've always wanted to live during that time period. When John Travolta was kind of a badass. You kind of got the greasers. You kind of got the fast cars. You got the cool music. You can't run with Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. The chemistry is unbelievable. And Olivia Newton-John's cohorts, the rest of them are solidly cast alongside her. At the end of the day, I think it's a movie that sticks with you. I gotta say, like, who of us hasn't kind of wished we were John Travolta with a badass on the jacket, with a badass car? I kind of like when I was kind of styling my hair needs to be cut and kind of pomade. I kind of went, that was kind of my, like, I was kind of like, okay, I want to be like John Travolta kind of,
right?
when that. So for those reasons alone, yes, it belongs in S.
All right. What do you think, Chris Diaz, about Grease?
Oh, the glove about to come off.
Yep. Here we go.
If we talk about all the way up to the ending, yes, it's a great movie, but the ending stunk the whole movie in general. It gave us the message that women should change to let the guy appreciate who she is, and I hate that about the ending so much. Especially after doing the show. I don't like what who Sandy become at the end, because that kind of changed who her character is, and it run me off the wrong way. I love We Go Together, but my god, that ending sucked, and it really ruined the whole movie in perspective for me.
Yeah.
I mean, if we talk about which version Grease I prefer the hot take. I prefer the Grease Live that came out with Vanessa Hudson a little bit more.
Really?
They keep song that wasn't in the movie that actually like the Magic saying I love her version of the worst thing I do, especially after what happened with her dad before they did that.
Okay.
Like, and it just like I think the movie is good. I think the movie is fun. It's just like if one of the I'd done this show myself, like when my last year in college, that I do prefer the Bobby version a little bit more in a way. But I would put it in B tier for myself. Like it's not better than Visible, not better than Sound of Music, not better than Willy Wonka. Like you might be smoking something really hard to say it's better than any of those.
Right. That's what I kind of think too.
And not better than Milan Rouge, not better than Street Scenes, and not better than Muppet, not better than Mamma Mia 2. It belonged probably right behind.
You're not even better than Les Mis. I don't know.
Yeah, it's better. It right behind Les Mis, better than New Zealand, I would say.
But what do you think, Brian?
For me, I love the music. I love the chemistry between John Travolta and John. And I think it deserves a slot.
Yeah. Where would you want to put it on A, Brian? Like if you could put it.
I'll probably put behind the Muppets.
Okay. Yeah. For me, I think that's about fair. That's actually I think me and Brian are agreeing a lot on this. Like I think that's a perfect spot for it, just like right behind the Muppet. I just like Grease 2 better, just because I find it a little more entertaining. I like it because the like all the subtle like sexual undertones from Grease 2 that just crack me up all the time. They're just like that movie's just hilarious. But and also too like something about John Travolta in these roles. He always plays like borderline gay characters. I kind of feel like just because he's been like in like Saturday Night Fever, Staying Alive. Now he's Greased, But he is pretty cool in the movie. If you just kind of put the musical aspect of it aside and just focus on like how cool that character would have been. Like if you were to imagine that like Grease actually wasn't a musical and it just was an actual movie, like that'd probably bump it up a little for me. And if I think about it in that way, that kind of makes me want to just bump even the musical version of it up. And like some of the songs too are pretty iconic. Like you have Summer Nights on there. You have,
We Go Together.
Yeah, We Go Together. Yep. So I mean, I think I would probably just put it right there on the A tier. But what do you guys think? Is that a solid spot, or would you move it up or down?
I would want to move it in front of Muppets for sure.
No.
Okay.
No.
For me, like I'm fine either way. But if we have two, I'd probably just go with the majority. I'd leave it where it's at. I think.
Okay.
I think that's probably fair. But well,
we need to figure out D, E, and F soon.
Yeah. So Chris Diaz, you got one? You want to pick? We're gonna go to the bottom.
I'm trying to think. Should I go with a bad one? Should I go with a good one?
True, you could go with the bad one just to fill it
up.
I'm
going to go with one in between.
Okay.
We were talking about it before off screen. Went. The one right behind Mary Poppins Return.
Wait, which one?
Is it Rent?
Rent. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
This is in between, like bottom and middle, like in between middle tiers for me. I think there are strong moments in the movie. I think I Cover You Reprise is a beautiful moments in the movie, and Flash adopted that. I forget the actor name all the time. Jesse Martin amazing actor. But
Yeah.
it's incredible in Colin. I think Lovey Bohem is a fun moment. I don't love the stuff they add that wasn't in the musical. Like the stuff with the engagement party, I think kind of forced to like what they do in the musical more with that. Would Take Me or Leave Me. And like the stuff that it kind of stuff of what you complain about like mid where I felt like they should have kept to the singing and not just talking singing with like you see Boy, the great musical number in the Broadway show, but they make it talking with little things. And it drives me a little bit nuts for having done the show myself. But I think the moment they're hit, the thing about Dreaming put it in the middle tier like C or D is what they do the last half hour of the movie. Like they cut out all the emotional moments of the last half hour. They cut out the argument between Mark and Roger, their big fight.
Okay.
They cut that moment out. They cut Goodbye Love with Mimi, and it really hurt the pacing of it. Go from the funeral right to Coming to America, so you miss all the stuff in between that take the emotional moment. They take out Benny Redemption by him paying for the funeral, which is a great moment in the Broadway show.
Yeah.
Like, you lose it, and it, on the deleted scene on the DVD, and they add stuff like hit the Leslie Darling stuff, like most stuff with that, with
They cut it out, huh?
with Sarah Silverman, or like the engagement party, like with a fine scene. I like Take Me or Leave Me moment in the movie, but I prefer the quiet moment than like whole explosion and party moment. It's just like this film doesn't know what to do, and I like Chris Columbus as director. He's not a good director in terms of musical. Like the moment where he make it more like intimate and more like showing everybody off, especially like the opening number with all the play lose a lot moment from the opening. It's
Right.
just it all over the place. But I put it in military because I like the performances. I think everybody did a great job. I think I Cover You Replay is the best moment in the movie. Stay true to what the Broadway show does. I think Angel Category. My cousin looked like Rosario Dawson actually with great Mimi. It just I split. I do let everybody else decide where it is, but I very split where I put it. Like,
Yeah, right. Well, now does Rent have Adina Menzel in it, or
yeah, she
is
was
that
the original Marine on Broadway. Like everybody
Okay, I
except for
was-
Mimi and Joanne was from Broadway protection.
okay? I wasn't sure
Hmm.
if she just did the Broadway version or if she was in the movie too. Okay, nice.
Oh, and Roger, they had somebody else in Roger, but most of the people were from the Broadway protection.
Right. Yeah, that's what it looks like when I'm looking at the cast here. That like most of them look like they're from the Broadway version, which is cool. That they took a lot of the Broadway cast and put them in the movie, so that's cool. But what do you think, Brian? Have you ever seen Rent?
Nope.
Well, I have never seen it either, so I can't really say anything about Rent. What about Chris Scott? Have you seen Rent?
I actually have never seen Rent.
No. So yeah. So it's all you, Chris Diaz. You can put it. Like, I think that's a good spot where you want to
Yeah,
put it.
that's good. I like producers better because like they just ruined moment for the Broadway show by cutting out them from the movie.
All right then. Yeah, that sounds fair enough. Yeah, that's something. It's one of those movies I gotta check out someday. But
Also, you want to see the best moment of I Cover You Replied from Flash Data himself. Best moment in the movie.
okay, nice. All right, so Brian, you get to pick one. What do you got?
Okay, let's go with Rocket Man.
Okay, Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
I know I saw it on here.
Go down.
It's down lower. Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is. So we have Rocket Man. All right, where would you put it and why?
I'll put it in A.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's a great biopic. Taron Egerton was perfect as Elton. And also, I liked how it was jukebox musical instead of a normal biopic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for me, like I actually love Rocket Man. So like when when I first saw it, I remember watching an episode of SEN Live where Christian Harloff, he was talking about it, and like everyone thought that it was just going to be a biopic, but then he said that it was more of a musical style, and that the musical style that the movie actually really worked well. So he kind of got me a little hyped on it. So I was like, all right, yeah, then I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go with that mind frame. And I absolutely loved it. Like I thought Taron Egerton did an amazing job in the role of Elton John, and he can actually sing. Like it's impossible to sing as good as Elton John does, because Elton John has an incredible voice and he's a legend. But I mean, for an actor who can come close, I think Taron Egerton did a great job. So yeah, like I would put it as a solid A. I would even put it at the top of A. Like that's where I would want to put it. Yeah, like
I had to
right there. But
about music in the Moulin Rouge.
But what do you think, Chris Scott? Have you seen it?
I hate this movie.
Ooh.
Really?
Really, really do.
You don't like it?
I love Elton John. Love Elton John. I've seen Elton John like 6 different times in concert. Puts on an amazing show. Okay, so what this failed from is,
I've seen it once.
Yes, okay, it really tried to be like a biopic and kind of was all over the place. Felt way too like they were trying to do some like Wes Anderson garbage. Okay. All right. So I loved the movie. Oh my gosh. The Queen movie.
You're not about to say Bohemian Rhapsody is better than Rocketman. Please don't say that.
Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody is a masterpiece.
I didn't add it because
literally a masterpiece.
I don't really consider that a musical.
One of the greatest movies ever made. And Rocketman is just like I'm glad I watched it for free on Amazon Prime, but then I wanted my money back.
Really? Well, I mean, I guess let's hear what Chris Diaz has to say. What do you think?
I can't believe I heard somebody say Bohemian Rhapsody is better than Rocketman.
Yeah.
You say the editing of Bohemian Rhapsody, we cannot tell what's going on half the time. It's better than Rocketman.
Yeah.
The fake voice for Rami Malek, it's dubbed a lot. Like, Tangerton. Tangerton
I was
is
also on Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, Tangerton is amazing.
I loved it.
Like, he is on point. His acting, like, the mannerism being out to on point. And, like, incredible singing voice. And I'm so happy about that rumor saying he did be seen on Little Top of Harvey Remake. He's perfect for that. And Jamie Bell is also really good at Bernie. And I didn't know that he had a decent singing voice as well. Like, my favorite moment is on Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Same.
Then the build up to when he walk in to the rehab place. Like, it's just but it felt like it does a great job of showing Rocketman life, but not making it PG-13 like Bohemian Rhapsody did. They show you the ugly side of it. That he was not a perfect person. He was an asshole at time.
I liked that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying not to interrupt you. We're really trying to make that a rule. Okay.
Yeah. But I think White Salad really good at the mom. Like, I think everybody in the cast did a great job. Richard Madden that played?
Richard Madden, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He does a great job. He is the asshole in the movie. Especially when you compare Bohemian Rhapsody to a Littlefinger actor. I forget his name. Aidan Gillen.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But coincidence, you don't realize to see Rocketman that the same manager managed Queens as well. Yeah. But
and also
but everybody does a great job. It's a fun musical, and it's by the same guy who directed the last half hour of Bohemian Rhapsody. So you can tell when you watch Bohemian Rhapsody, the whole concept is better than the whole movie itself. Yeah.
So,
but it's fun. Like, it's magically fun. Like, the Rocketman moment is so clever the way they shot it. I
think that they're really clever.
The piano thing when he high in the air, incredible.
Oh, yeah.
a fun jukebox musical. I was expecting to love it, and I think Terry Edgerton would rob an Oscar nomination because of Rami Malek winning the year before.
Yeah, and it's one of those movies where I was pleasantly surprised going into it. I was just like I'm not the biggest musical fan. I mean, I like musicals, but I'm not crazy about them. Am I really gonna like this movie? But I love Elton John. I love Taron Egerton, and I was like really pleasantly surprised by it. I was like, I actually really like how they're telling the whole story of Elton John's life through music, and Taron Egerton can sing really well, and one of the things that I always point people to. So Taron Egerton was in an animated movie that was called Sing, and he actually sang an Elton John song. He sang the song "I'm Still Standing," which I wish that they would have been able to sing in Rocket Man, because in the movie Sing, he absolutely kills it. Sing "I'm Still Standing," like he just brings down the house. Like he is so good. Singing that, like he was almost comparable to Elton John in my opinion. So like he was amazing.
Also, Jamie Bell is so good as his best friend in the film.
Oh yeah, his best friend. Yeah,
underrated actor that to Jim Woodward in the beginning.
And also, if you think about Elton John, like I think like Elton John's someone who absolutely loves musicals. I think that if there's a story about his life, I think he would want it to be a musical. Like I think that like he just loves the big bombastic, like the like show, like on and like all the costumes and all that. I think that's the way Elton John would probably want it. So, but
I have to be careful with what I say because my mom hated when I say I think Rocket Man better than Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
So, can I, after everyone I guess loves the movie? Okay, I don't get it. Okay, it was just depressing as hell. It really was. I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody was fun. Like it was a great movie. Rami Malek actually sung throughout the whole movie. He actually took singing lessons. He learned how to sing like him. So okay, I'm fine with that. I don't give a shit at this point. Let's move on. Okay,
well,
that's all I want to say.
Well, so you want to rank it low? We want to rank it.
I would put it in I would put it in D.
Ooh,
really?
No.
Absolutely.
It's better than the Phenomenon. It's better than D.
Well, since we have 3 that want to rank it A and only 1 that wants to rank it D, I could move it to the bottom of A. I think maybe. That.
I'm okay with putting it in B.
I mean,
Newsies.
No, not behind Newsies.
Above Newsies.
I think that's a solid
then
spot.
Let's put it in B tier above Les Mis then.
You put it,
but it should not be an A tier.
Who did a better performance?
I'd be okay with that. You have to be at the top of B.
Is that A tier? Okay with that.
We come back to that later. Like, I have to think between that and Hugh Jackman, who did better lead performance.
Yep. Well, so now it's my turn, and I want to go against my one of the previous picks. So I want to go with Phantom of the Opera, and I want to go with it because with Les Miserables, you have so much singing from beginning to end. But I picked this version of the Phantom of the Opera because there's a lot less singing and a lot more story, and I actually love that. I mean, Phantom of the Opera has incredible music, but I really like seeing the version played by Gerard Butler, just like acted out and not music from beginning to end. And so because it's less of a musical, even though we're ranking musicals here, like I would rank it a little higher because you get enough music to not I feel like it's overkill, but at the same time though, you get enough story to like really become invested in it and really like connect with the character and with the love story and everything. So I mean, I would probably put it in the A tier, but I would put it probably just below Grease is where we want to put the movie version of it. But if we were talking about the Broadway version, it'd be an S tier all the way for a Broadway version. But for the movie version, I would put it there. But what do you think, Chris Scott?
I'd actually bump it up.
Yeah.
I would put it above. I would put it behind Willy Wonka.
Diaz. Really?
Absolutely. Because like you, I like. So I love Family Opera. Family Opera is an amazing story, but there's also so much more to the story that I feel like the music doesn't necessarily capture. And this does a really good job of talking about the character and kind of fleshing that out to the point where we care at the end. So for that reason, it belongs an S. And the music in it is incredible.
Right, yeah. The music's still great.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think that the cast was solid. I didn't think that it was like an amazing cast. But you have Gerard Butler, you have Patrick Wilson, I think's in that movie, and then forget the main love interest, they call her
Emily, the girl from Shameless.
Emmy Rossum.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emmy Rossum. So like she's in it, and so I mean, like I would put it there, but what do you think, Chris Diaz?
Gerard Butler cannot sing a West. Okay, so take that out of consideration. You know who was supposed to play Phantom but dropped out due to conflict?
Who's that?
Hugh Jackman.
Ooh, man, that would have been amazing.
He had a problem with the film, and I've gone back to rewatch it a bunch of times. There's a good element to it, but when you had Gerard Butler trying to first sing, and it defends the opera when you need to have the Angelica voice that you to believe that he could trick anybody, Gerard Butler cannot bring it. And Michael Crawford, if he were dead, would be rolling his grave just thinking about it, but he'll like that. But yeah, it's just like Minnie Driver, who is the best singer in the film, is dubbed, but I still regard in my mind. Like you had Phil Hines, who cannot sing. He got in as the manager, but it's like when you had half the movie where people cannot sing, and half where they can sing well but not using out like Patrick Wilson, like Minnie Driver, and a bunch of other people. It really dragged the movie down, I think. And they make bizarre directing choices that boggle my mind with the horse in the sewers moment. It's bizarre. Like when I love the musical, like she got in this boat and you just see like fog in the background and the Phantom flying the boat to his lair in the musical. I think that I like the future stuff. I like that they give a better explanation of what the hell the beginning was, what the Broadway show never did. Like, why Val buying the monkey, what happened to Christine. The moments I like, but Gerard Butler dragged the movie down to me. I think Emma Rosenberg is a great actress, just saying that she lose what made Christine special to me in the musical. Like, I wish she brought more than the clear, innocent face. There also a lot to Christine as a character. I think her best moment is where she was somehow here again, and the moment where she talked about how she's scared of betraying the person that taught her voice, that moment with Raoul.
Right, yeah.
But it's much better than the musical with Raoul forcing her to betray the Phantom, which is a choice I would never understand to this day.
Yeah, it's a little different than the Broadway.
Yeah. It like went to me where I conflict on a lot of levels because I think they good element. I don't think George Schumacher that great at directed this film. His directing choices are weird at points. And the back and forth between the future and the past can be distracting. I think they got to the beginning and I think would have flowed a little bit better. But I put it.
Where would you put it?
In C, in the middle between producer and Went. No, behind Went. Because everybody in Went to sing compared to Gerard Butler and
True. But
yeah.
What do you think, Brian? A Phantom of the Opera?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Okay. Well, I'll just say that the Phantom of the Opera. If there's any Broadway musical I want to see, it's definitely my number one on my list of the ones I want to see because I heard that the set pieces are incredible, especially the big giant chandelier at the end that they drop down on is just like a really cool set piece is what I heard. So because
That's the biggest difference between the movie and musical. In the musical, it dropped at the end at one after All I Ask of You. Don't drop like the movie at the end.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I think so. Like, where'd you say that you wanted to put it, Chris Scott?
I wanted to put it behind Willy Wonka.
Okay.
That's where I think it belongs.
I'm not agreeing to that whatsoever.
Well, I think that a solid compromise might be somewhere that.
Put it behind the second Mamma Mia because you cannot defend Drop Butler's sing voice.
You could put it at the bottom of the A tier. I'd be okay with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
All right. So,
Let me ask you guys quickly.
Yeah.
You have to attribute to Pierce Brosnan or Drop Butler sing voice. Which one would you choose?
Pierce.
Pierce.
I would choose Gerard Butler. I think probably. I don't like Pierce Brosnan the way he sings. but normally we usually only go for about 2 hours. I feel like there's a lot left, so I don't really want to do a part two. But would you guys be right? I'm going for about another 30 minutes. Would you be?
I'd be
okay
fine for another hour. I got nothing to do right now.
Well, it's
Right.
getting late though.
I'm okay with going for another hour on my end.
All right. Well, if you guys need to drop out for any reason, you can drop out, but we'll just keep going so we can get some of these ones we haven't talked about. So Chris Scott, it's your turn.
So one of my favorite musicals. Okay, just recently saw this. I'd never seen it before. Coworker of mine let me borrow it. Back to the Top.
Okay.
It's going to be the best little whorehouse in Texas.
I have not seen that, so I cannot comment on that.
Oh my gosh!
I've never seen it either. But
I know the
love this. It is so much fun. It's just incredible. The cast is solid. The chemistry between Burt Reynolds and wow.
And Dolly Parton.
Yes, Dolly Parton is incredible. Awesome casting. I mean, it's just laugh out loud hilarious. It's engaging. You care about the characters, and there's so many iconic songs from this. Let me look it up. Sorry.
Yeah.
While I'm
I'll just
talking about this.
go ahead out game by area.
Yeah.
I certainly have to put it under I have not seen it yet because a lot of old musical I have not seen.
But so you'll recognize music from this, okay?
I know the Simpson parody of it. That's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, they did a Simpson parody. I forgot.
Jordan, just go ahead out because game is been late. Okay.
Would you do what?
I'll go ahead out now because game is pretty late.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Thanks for joining us, Brian.
Thank you very much, Brian.
All right. I was gonna have him give a little where we can find him, but I think he had to jump out quick.
So anyways, for just Hard Candy Christmas alone, which most of you think about it will recognize this song. In the Aggie song, I Will Always Love You. These are songs that came from this. That went on to be huge songs. I definitely think it should be an A film. At the top of A.
And people forget that Dolly Parton was the person who actually wrote "I Will Always Love You," but they always give the credit to Whitney Houston, but it was actually Dolly Parton that wrote it and was the first one to sing it. So yeah.
I have not seen it, so I cannot comment on this.
Yeah, I never seen it. But you say at the top of A?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, since you're the only one that's seen it, then you get the free reign over it. So we'll put it there.
All right.
So, awesome. All right. So, Chris Diaz, you're up.
You know what? We had to talk about the best. Let's go with West Side Story.
What's that story? All right. So if I remember right, that's the one like this, right?
Yeah.
Would they do that? Yeah.
Boy, crazy boy.
Yep. So where would you put it and why?
This is S tier. This is top
Okay.
tier classic music of all time. This is like Tonight, after Crusty, to America, to I Feel Pretty. Like you see on music, you see at the acting. Yeah, the Brown Fate, to get to that controversy another day, like the controversy with that. But it's so good. It's memorable. The dancing is memorable. The romance is good. Yes, it's dub, but the performances are top notch. You feel the emotion. You feel for Tony Maria. The actors is writing one of the more funniest songs in any of these stuff, and it's especially true today as a criminal justice major. It's especially at home today on a lot of level. But the dancing, to the choreography, the way it was shot, I am nervous for the Steven Spielberg direct remake coming out soon, because this you cannot touch this. This is like top notch. Any musical, when you see music, when you see acting, when you see other directing. The opening number with that music and visual, no dialogue, and it did with you. And the moment when they carried Tony's dead body out the end, it one of them image that did with you at the end, of the two gangs coming together. It's just like I love this movie. Like I had to put it S tier. It's one of my favorite musicals of all time. I prefer the movie over the Broadway show a lot of time, and that's saying something. So S tier.
Yeah, right. So for me, like I would probably put it in A tier, just because I've seen the movie once, but I feel like I saw it when I was really young. I probably saw it when I was like 10, 11 years old. So I don't remember a lot of it, but I just remember the sharks and the jets and the two gangs going at it, and they're doing the snapping and there's some really cool singing, really cool stuff, like some really cool choreography in there. So I mean, and also too, remember Natalie Wood, that she's an iconic actress from back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, that era. And so I mean, I'd be fine with it even being in an S tier. It's just been so long since I've seen it that I kind of lean a little towards A, but I'd be okay at the bottom of S tier. But what do you think, Chris Scott? Have you seen it, or do you?
So I have seen it. It's all right. But I'm probably a weird one. I don't love this. I also think it's an A. As far as iconic, kind of that whole the different groups coming together. Grease is better than this thing.
Oh, that is fighting. I
would be okay with putting it above Grease if we're okay with that, but it's not S tier for me.
Yeah, my thought would be to put it at the top of A tier. I'd be okay with that. I think that's
no, not about Little Whorehouse in Texas. I'm okay with putting it behind it.
Well, since we've never seen it, I'd be all right with that. I mean, if I'd seen it, I could judge better. But yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I can't believe I just heard Grease is better than West Side Story.
Yep.
At least it doesn't betray a character like Grease does to the end.
If you heard it first here, only on Tier Ranker Fights, do you hear stuff like Grease is better than West Side Story, right? but all right. So
you had to want any movie.
So let's see. One of the ones I want to rank, just because this movie it just grows on me the more that I see it and the more that I hear the music, is I want to rank La La Land, actually. So yeah, so if you just listen to the
and the winner of Best Picture award in La La Land. No, in Moonlight. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it didn't actually win. Wasn't it part of the whole fiasco that they gave it the Best Picture, and then realized it went to some other movie? I forget who actually won
Moonlight deserved it better than La La Land. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Moonlight. Yeah. So then I gave it to him, and they started celebrating, and then they realized it was actually Moonlight. Yeah, but the music, I think it is very powerful. Like, and it's like super incredible. Like I just love the music. Like it's a great love story that like kind of shows you that like love doesn't always work out the way that you think it's going to work out, and they have some awesome dancing. I think that Ryan Gosling is amazing in this movie. Just playing the old time jazz singer, just like that wants to open his own jazz club, and like the like journey that he goes on, and you see all the ups and downs of the relationship. Like it's really powerful. And then I love the scene when they're in the in the planetarium, and they're like dancing on the stars and like floating through the air. I thought that was like that was a really cool scene. But yeah, for me, like I almost thought that it had vibes of almost like a biopic, the way that they followed Ryan Gosling's character. So I would rank it fairly high, like because the music is like just gets me every time. Like I listen to this soundtrack all the time. Like it's just, and I think it's a really powerful soundtrack. So I would want to put it just below on Rocket Man. I think that's where I would put it. But what do you think, Chris Scott? Have you seen La La Land?
So everyone talked about how great this movie was, won a lot of awards and all that, and I watched it, and I was expecting like to be blown away. But the things that you talked about that you loved, like the dancing on the stars, it felt very Wes Anderson, and I hate Wes Anderson. I didn't really like the cast. The cast was just kind of okay. I didn't really buy the chemistry between the two of them. I thought the story was kind of weak. I didn't love it. I went in there wanting to love it, but I was so bummed because I was like, okay. So that's what won an award. I would put it behind Rent in C.
No.
I think that they had instant chemistry. Like you see the moment that they first meet, and that you kind of see the spark that they have, and like for Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, like the spark's just there, and then it just kind of moves. Like I think the movie has very good pacing too. Like when the movie moves, it doesn't drag. I think it just goes. But what do you think, Chris Diaz?
So when I first saw La La Land, I love La La Land. The more time I watch it, my love altered a little bit. I think there are problems with the film. Like Ryan Gosling is an asshole in the movie, and he talks about jazz so much that it's like I think hear one more word about jazz, that they just go to smack him.
Yeah.
I think the song from Good to Great, I think the best song the Moment in the Sun in the beginning, and then the audition song. Yeah. I think it's a beautiful song. I think that Emma Stone's best acting moment is that song. I love the ending. I like the what if scenario with no dialogue. You just see what would have happened. They made different choices. I think I like to mention Lee. I'm more mixed on the middle than most people. I think it had a great beginning and phenomenal ending. I just think the middle a bit all over the place with the John Legend stuff with him trying to become somebody else, and then it kind of lose you a little bit. But I would put it. I put it behind Les Mis, above Nudie, and the Foot Mama Mia. I would not put it behind Producer Rent, like Chris Scott was saying.
Okay, yeah. For me, the more that I think about it, like I was looking at the song list, like I would almost want to rank it higher. Like I was thinking of like all the music, like so, like at the end they have the song "The City of Stars" that they have like "Start a Fire." That's a pretty solid one. They have like someone in the crowd where they first kind of meet a little bit, but I do think that the opening scene's a little cheesy, just where they're all like in the cars and they're just like singing when they're like stuck in traffic. But that is an iconic thing that like actually happens in Los Angeles. That's what like one of the like big things LA is known for. So if you're gonna have a movie called La La Land, you got to have some LA traffic in there. I mean, I think that's a pretty iconic thing as far as LA goes. But I mean, I would almost want to rank it higher, but I'd be okay putting it maybe just below LA Miz. I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
What do you guys think? I think that's fair
Yeah.
because
I'm all right with that.
I definitely think that's better than Newsies. So I'll just say that. But
and people say it better than Whiplash. They are out of their brain. Damon says
Yeah.
Whiplash is better than La La Land.
Whiplash is awesome. Yeah.
I mean, La La Land better than First Man. I would give it that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I would give it that too. But all right, Chris Scott, you get a pick.
Let's see.
What do you got?
Should we just keep going with recent one? That all we've been.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Ooh, there's a couple that I forgot.
You know, we eventually they had to get around
Across
to
the Universe. We're gonna put that on the bottom. It is a pile of garbage.
No.
Really?
Yes. I hate that
Across
movie.
the Universe. Ooh.
No.
Okay. Where is Across the Universe? I know it's here. It's
Oh my gosh, I should have figured you guys would love it since you love love. Because it feels like that. It feels very La La Land. It feels very out there. It feels very like disconnected, discombobulated.
I think
the Beatles are amazing. Okay.
Oh, here it is.
Yes. Sorry. Yep.
I give it
It feels very
one great
discombobulated.
thing that will keep it from being the bottom. Let It Be moment. Like that whole the way they tried to let it be, and like when the kid with the war going on to the funeral sequence, like it's such a stunning moment in the movie. I think Hey Jude is really well done in the movie.
Yeah. And also too, like I think that Jim Sturgis has an amazing voice, and when some songs like in the song Across the Universe, which is the like main song of the movie, I think that like he almost sings better than the Beatles in that. Like he has an amazing voice. I mean, not for every song. The Beatles are like amazing, like super iconic group. Don't get me wrong, but like just singing that one song Across the Universe, I think he did a really good job. And I actually prefer his version over the Beatles version.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, I think Let It Be, that moment, just like a stunning moment in the movie that you don't expect coming. Like the way they use it. Like, and the way they use the funeral and the doctor's quiet. Like, it, one of the moments when the movie doesn't have a lot of emotional gut punch, but it hit me watching it for the first time. Like, and you don't know who the kid that get killed. You only see him in the beginning, Let It Be, but it still hit you when you realize the transition. Like,
yeah.
I think Hey Jude is well done. I love the guy playing the trash can in the Hey Jude moments. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
And also, does it really sing it. It's like I forget the actor, but one that plays his friend that go to war and everything.
Oh yeah. And also, it's a really cool depiction of like London back in like the 50s and stuff. Like it's a pretty cool depiction there. And also too, when I judge a lot of these musicals, like one of the main things that I always got to take into consideration is the music. The music's got to be like probably the most important part, and then second, for me, the story. I think that like those are my two biggest things, and then third, you get into acting and different things. But like I think that like the music is actually great, but like I do kind of see where Chris Scott's coming from, where it's like super artsy and it's like you're floating through time or space, or like just kind of just really over the top artsy. I mean, for me, like I'd be okay with ranking it a little lower. Like I'm not super really high on it, even though I do love the music in it. Like the rest of the music doesn't really do much for me. I'd rank it like a D. That's where I'd put it.
I put it above Hunt.
You could do that.
Yeah, I think
okay
like it.
You think about that?
Like
I agree with Scott, but I think when it not honestly the quiet moment, it is affected. Like the Let It Be, like the Hate You, when it just
right.
Quite reflection moment in film.
I would agree. Yeah. So, Chris Diaz, you get a pick.
You know what? Let's go with. We do have to talk about Jane Quentin later. Let's go with Which one you guys rather talk about for Prom or Into the Woods? If we had to
So I've
be
never
interested.
seen Prom.
Never seen Prom either, so we could talk about Into the Woods because I have
Yeah.
seen that.
So we had to mention the two Stephen Sondheim musicals here.
Yeah, right. So if you want to do that one, we could do it. Into the Woods. So what do you think?
Into the Woods is it's similar to Rent, where I think like it doesn't know what it wants to be. I've done the show, I've seen the show, I've done research of the show recently, and the movie what's great about the show. It does a really good job in the first half hour of the movie. Like they stay true to the Broadway show, but when they get to after, they shit the bed and turn the thing to the show. They cut out song. And they're mad at Ron Marshall for cutting out no more of it, one of the most beautiful songs in the show. Like, and they do some stuff that does it. That made me mad. I think they take the witch and they take away why she wants to commit suicide to the end a little bit more, because in the musical, she loses Rapunzel. Rapunzel gets squished by the giant and go and sing. And that what caused Rich to like, fuck it. I gave Jack to the giant. I had nothing to live for. Like, and the movie is just like, no, Rapunzel don't run away with the prince. And it loses. And Meryl Streep does a really good job with the witch. And like, her Last Midnight is really good in the movie. And David Mead, really good. And she did a good job with the rap. I think Chris Pine is really good at the prince. I think nobody knew he could sing. I thought he was very funny. Very charming. I thought Emily Blunt. She is one of the voices that I didn't know could sing, and I've been impressed with her with this Mary Poppins with her singing voice. I think James Corden is okay. He missed what made him such a memorable character in the show. Like he doesn't know what he wants to be a father. He wants, to have a country verse and admit that simple it is. And James Corden like that my nerve. I think Lola Crawford really good at Red. I think the kid from Lame Edge to play Javon is really good at Jack. I think a lot of the casting is perfect. Johnny Depp is okay at the role. I don't like what they did with the Wolf. As someone who's done the show, done research playing Wolf, it's just like I don't like to take Avery's style that they went for. But I thought if we talk about the first half, it's great. It's just that second half that take the movie down a notch a little bit, and they lose a lot of what made the musical special in the first place. Which is actually, I think No One Is Alone is still really good, and I think the finale is still great. And I like the way they used Emily Blunt coming back to go a little bit better than the musical did. It's a beautiful woman movie. I put it.
Would you want to rank it?
I put it above Nudie and Mamma Mia. I think
that might be
everybody's team voice is better than everybody's team voice in Nudie than Mamma Mia. That's why
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, Tracy Ullman also can sing better than Julie Walters.
Yeah, for me, I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with Into the Woods because for the first half, I would rank it like probably a high A, maybe even almost an S tier. I think it's an incredible musical. But then I think that there's a certain point in the movie where they're about to have a happily ever after, and then the freaking giant comes and ruins everything, and it's like, what the crap? So it's like they could have ended with a true love's kiss that they had that a moment.
Well, what the Broadway version of it, you want to see it done better.
So it just for the first half, maybe in the first 3/4 of the movie, it's just great, and then this giant comes out of nowhere and just wrecks everything and ruins it. So you're about to have a happily ever after, and then it's just ruined. And I think that the last half is of the movie, or even the last quarter, is absolutely atrocious. I don't like it at all. And there
are shiny moment in the last half. No One Is Alone is a phenomenal song and done well.
True. Yeah, that is true.
The finale is good, and the Chris Pine does make any moment really funny, and Emily Blunt does do a good job at moments where
yeah, they have an amazing cast. So for me, I think that a B. I think that's actually a solid spot. I'd actually just leave it right where it's at, but But what do you think, Chris? Have you seen Into the Woods? Or?
So I haven't seen the movie, but I did see a local playhouse version of Into the Woods. I went with my friend Randy. He got points for seeing it. I went with him, and I was like, "Cool, gonna see Into the Woods finally." I didn't get it. I fell asleep halfway through. It was really boring. It was really kind of like, for me, it suffered, and I know that you love this. I know you will love this one, okay? I feel like half the world loves this one. It suffers from what Wicked does. Wicked is one of those weird, like, out there things, and that's what this thing is.
Well,
it's like it's kind of like
I love Wicked.
I know you do.
Wicked isn't it? Wicked will probably be an S tier for me if they do the movie right.
Yeah. It's like, so Into the Woods, I would have to put it in C. I'm okay putting it above Producers, but
no. I've only seen 2 Broadway musicals in my entire life. I saw Beauty and the Beast and I saw Wicked, and Wicked was amazing. It was incredible. I didn't get to see it with Idina Menzel. I really wish that would have been even better. Oh,
I saw it with Idina Menzel.
Oh, cool! That's awesome. Yeah, I would have loved to see that, but it was still incredible. It was still great. So, but do you have any thoughts on where you would want to put it, Chris Scott, or
I want to put it in C in front of Producers.
No.
But also, you haven't seen the actual movie; you just saw the play, so you don't.
You also didn't see the Broadway, the actual.
But I saw the Broadway. I saw a Broadway play version of this, so it's like I didn't need to
like an
off-Broadway.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a solid spot. I mean, you say C. I mean, unless we want to put it.
I'm okay with putting it behind Newsies.
No.
Or even at the bottom of B.
A B?
Yeah. No, it's better than Mamma Mia. No.
No, it's not better than Mamma Mia.
Yes, it is. Everybody can think.
It's not. Nope.
I think it's better than Mamma Mia.
It's a better Meryl Streep movie. It's a better
movie. I mean, I think that the Into the Woods has a lot better cast than Newsies. Has a way better set than Newsies, but I mean, as far as I don't know,
way more memorable music than Newsies. Like I can name you.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's kind of fair where it's at because I think it's just tough to move it any lower than Newsies and Mamma Mia, or else I would. But
okay.
I mean,
I don't get it, but that's just me. It's all right. I don't have to understand the excitement about it.
You got to see it with Emily Blunt.
Yeah, Emily Blunt.
With Emily Blunt,
I will never watch this movie.
Meryl Streep, like that. Like for those 3 actors alone, and then also you have Anna Kendrick, who can always sing.
Yeah,
and she played Cinderella.
Those people are very, very talented. But based on what I saw, I will not invest my time watching Into the Woods. Right. You guys like it? That's awesome.
Just skip the Johnny Depp scene. Not even worth watching Johnny Depp moments.
No, Johnny Depp.
I mean, the better Johnny Depp movie is on the list we haven't chosen, but for musical performance.
Yeah, Johnny Depp was kind of forgettable. He played the big bad wolf, but like he wasn't really, like really.
He gave a better performance in another.
That memorable. Yeah, but all right. So now it's my turn. Let's see. I don't know. So like basically, at this point, we want to start filling up S tier. I feel like we want to have 10 before this thing's over, or else we'll have to move a couple up. So if we have any ones we really want to put up to S tier, I'm just trying to see. For me, like the only other ones, and let's see that I could throw up there. Let me just see. I would maybe. Let's see. I'm just trying to get a solid look over of everything up there. Maybe might have to go with probably the Little Shop of Horrors. I think so. To talk about about that one. So like this movie I've only seen one time, but like I really want to see it again because it was amazing, and Rick Moranis is just incredible in this movie. Even John Candy for a little bit in there. So I mean, I think that it's an awesome movie.
Funny in the movie at the dentist.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like it's so funny. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if there's
Bill
any.
Murray when Bill Murray appeared, him and Steve Martin had that one scene together. It's so hysterical.
Yeah, I forgot that like Bill Murray was even in it for a little bit, and like probably out of any of these movies, this is probably the funniest one. Maybe on the whole list, I would want to rank it pretty high. Like I'd put it in the S tier. I'd put it probably just. How many? It's a little hard for me. It's a little hard for me to really want to put it above Willy Wonka because I just love Willy Wonka so much. So I'd probably put it at the bottom of S tier for me. That's where I want to put it. But what do you think, Chris Scott? Have you?
So I love Little Shop of Horrors. I think it's incredible. I think it's a solid movie for S tier, and I think that's a good spot for it.
That sounds good. What do you think, Chris Diaz?
I love Little Shop of Horrors. I do.
Yeah.
The only reason I would have put it higher above Willy Wonka is I don't love the ending of the original movie. I prefer the director cut that they threw to the Broadway show, with the plant kill pretty much everybody. Like that's such a great moment in the director cut. I own the director cut actually.
Oh, nice.
But I still love the movie. Steve Martin, Bill Murray,
Steve Martin.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of the thing voice of Audrey, but I think she still does a good job. Her voice is irritating at times. But everybody does a great job. I'm looking forward to the remake to see what they do with Chris Evan and Tara Justin and Scarlett Johansson. That woman too. Yeah, and a great movie. Frank Oz.
The remake coming up.
Frank Oz does a great job directing this, and so yeah, I put it in S. I love Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. I think that's probably a solid spot. I think where it's at. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so got a few more spots open. So Chris Scott, you want to pick?
One of my all-time favorite musical is Fiddle on the Roof. The story's incredible, the music's unbelievable, and the movie is solid. Right next to Fame.
Next to Fame.
Right under Hollow Dolly.
Here it is. Yeah. All right.
I think it's amazing. I really do. I think it's an S tier for sure. Absolutely S tier.
I've actually never seen it, so I wouldn't be able to say. But what about you, Chris Diaz?
I am conflicted. I love Fiddle on the Roof a lot. There's some directing choices I'm not the biggest fan of, but I love some of the stuff they add, like the thing they add more, with Terry of White daughter when she goes to find out what happened to Trevor by going to the other part of town. I like that scene. Kind of explain a lot leading up to the Hobna sequence. I love the Anna Chester scene at the end. I think that's an emotional moment in the movie. I like Sunrise, Sunset, the way they shot that. I don't like the freeze frame, some of this bizarre freeze frame moment where Terry speaking to himself. The one really bizarre tape with Laser Wolf in the bar, the freeze frame of Laser Wolf frozen all of a sudden, and his face is a little weird. But I think, I forget the actor that played Xavier's name, but he does a phenomenal job, and he carried a lot of film. The acting, I think it's fun. I think it's funny. I think it's sweet. I've done the show myself. I was one of the villagers, actually.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Nice.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I got to have a line during the wedding argument.
That's one of the best scenes in the musical. Sorry. This is literally my favorite thing. So I've seen like high school version of it. I've seen Broadway version of it. I saw like a college version of it. and it's
Oh, wow.
just one of my favorites. Yeah.
My favorite production of it is the one with Danny Bernstein, where they show him in present day, coming to Anastasia, everything over, then it translates into, Anastasia and such. And Danny Bernstein is my favorite interpretation of Terrier, with the way he can harmonize and everything. And I love Alpha Molina. Like I've seen that production around. Like,
oh wow,
yeah,
with Alfred Molina, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, for me, the only thing I really know is that it's about, I think, like someone trying to sell something in like Russia or something. Like, is that kind of like, am I very close or not?
No.
Because I know that it like takes place in Russia, doesn't it?
No.
That's what I thought, but maybe I'm way off.
It's in Europe.
Okay, maybe it's like
European
Eastern
town.
Europe or
Yeah, Eastern European
like
town.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. but so, where do you guys want to rank it?
I would want to put it in S tier, in front of Willy Wonka for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think, Chris? Diaz?
I put it above Willy Wonka and Little Shop.
Yeah,
if we're talking about director cut Little Shop, it would be a
me.
different story.
Right. Yeah, that's fine with me. All right, so Chris Diaz, you get a pick.
What could I put in S tier?
Yeah, do you got anything that would make it up there?
You know what? It's good. Dream Girl.
Wait, which one?
Dream Girl.
Dreamgirls.
Yeah,
oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, taking Amy Fox the equation, I know the argument made about his performance, but I think Hudson, Murphy, everybody gives such a great performance. I've gone back, rewatched it recently, because I've been on demand a lot. I'm telling you, I'm not going. It's one of the best moments in any movie musical the last 20 years. Like, the way Jennifer Hudson take that moment, and I saw on DVD, I didn't get to see in theater where people applaud after that, but I would just, my jaw drop. Like, and I think Eddie Murphy, especially if he would have been doing that great before Dream Girl, and then he give arguably a phenomenal performance. And much like Alan Arkin and Miss Sunshine would have probably still gave it to Eddie Murphy. Like, but everybody, like, Beyonce is good. Like, every cast member is perfect. Like, Donald Glover is great in a small cameo in the film.
Oh,
and it's personal. Like, Alfie Johnny is so personal. Like, I forget her song when she's in the recording booth, but, like, I forget what it's called. But it's such a powerful moment. Like, the stuff they add is still good, but Hudson's performance alone put it right toward A or S tier. Like, and Eddie Murphy and everybody. Like, the music memorable. The ending is powerful. Like, there's so many good moments that it's one of those surprise films that you don't think about, but when you watch it, you run over by everything. And it's really good true story, despite it's fictional in some way a lot of times. Right.
Yeah. So for me, like, I have a little bit of a hot take for Dreamgirl. So I actually hate the song, and I'm telling you, just because I feel like it's one of those songs that's like way too overhyped, and it's just like in the way that it's sung really just isn't my really style of a music that I like, and like it's just like people always talk about that as like one of the like great performances from a musical, and I'm just kind of like nah, that song actually kind of annoys me. I don't really like it that much. But if I think about it as an overall musical, like I do think that, like, Eddie Murphy's solid in it, and actually Jennifer Hudson almost kind of upstages Beyonce in this movie. Like she,
oh yeah,
and so that's cool. And then also you have
Jamie Foxx.
Yes, you have Jamie Foxx in it too. Yep, and then you said.
The better musical movie with Jamie Foxx. Thank God the other one not on this list.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Ray. Maybe I should have added
Annie and Annie. Annie, the one nobody should never talk about.
No, we're not going to talk about about Black Annie in this.
Yeah.
But I think though that like I'm not a huge fan. It's really not really my cup of tea. For this goes even though I was in high school, I was actually a big fan of Destiny's Child and stuff, which kind of I feel like has some vibes of the Dreamgirls, but like I would want to put it like I wouldn't really rank it all that high. I'm not
Better than
big on it.
in a few others.
For me, like I would rank it low, just because it doesn't really resonate. I'd rank it as a D for me, but that's just me.
No.
Yeah.
Chris,
Scott?
Chris, I agree with you. I did not see it in theaters. I actually saw it on TV. Okay, and I was like, this is awesome. Like from the very beginning to the very end, like I was on the edge of my seat watching this movie. I cared about the characters. The music was awesome. I loved that time period. I loved that it felt very biographical. And I agree with you, Jordan. This definitely feels like Jennifer Hudson upstages Beyonce. It's cool.
Yeah.
For that reason, I would definitely have to leave it. I would just because I like the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas a little more. I would probably leave it an A, but I'll put it right behind the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Yeah.
But it's still an amazing movie. It just like there's just something about that time period, and especially having watched a documentary about singers like them who were sort of led, like who created the music for big name artists out there,
Right.
and they were essential to helping to create that sound and that music. So it's an important story to tell.
Jennifer Hudson is like a revelation in the film. Like from American Idol to this, like nobody was expecting that.
Yeah,
that is true. But like for me, like it's just a song, and I'm telling you, like if you want to torture me, you just put me in a room and just put the song, and I'm telling you, on repeat, and I'll literally want to like seriously blow my brains out. Like I just can't listen to that song. I don't know what it is, but it just I don't like it. But like I still think that's a solid place because the story overall, and also too, like I like a lot of other songs from the movie though. Just because I don't like that song, I think a lot of the other music is incredible from the movie. So for that, like I think that's a solid spot. Would you guys agree?
Yeah. We really need to figure out S tier. We like agree and disagree on so many stuff.
Yeah, so like, I'm gonna see if I can find one that might go in S tier since it's my turn. I wish that I have seen more of these musicals. So I could rate them higher, but
one on here.
But I just don't really see anything that could potentially go in an S tier. That's just my.
What about Starburst?
Not really my cup of tea either. So I'm kind of like,
Enchanted?
Maybe Grease too. No, I don't know.
Hairspray? Like I can share a couple of them.
Yeah, I mean Hairspray is all right. I mean, honestly, like I'd almost want to move. I mean, we got to rank the next pick, but I would almost want to move like these three just up to S tier because I think that they're better than like everything we have left.
I actually have an S tier suggestion.
Yeah, if you have an S tier suggestion, you can go ahead because I'm not really.
I don't want to. Sorry, I didn't want to upstage you either, Jordan. Because I know we got
maybe a Muppet movie. I mean, that could be one maybe, but like, what do you think, Chris?
A Hard Day's Night. The Beatles.
And now seen that.
Okay.
It's an incredible movie.
I've never seen it either.
It's
I love the
just
song.
A lot of fun. It's got that cool footage. Like, it's just a great movie. And I would want to put it in S tier behind Rocky, behind A Little Shop of Horrors. Absolutely.
Yeah, for a moment I thought you said Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, right. I was like, no.
I love Little Rocky Horror. I love that movie.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
That's another
Well,
S tier for me. But that's
Yeah,
another
we
story.
could come back to that another time.
I'd be okay with it just because like I'm a huge
Before.
diehard Beatles fan. I love the Beatles. So like anything that's about their life story and their journey to me would be like something incredible to see. So like yeah, I mean, I'm all right with that. Just to put it at the bottom since I haven't seen it. I probably wouldn't put it above anything in S, but I did put it right there. I think that's fair. But at this point, though, if you guys have any suggestions like that would maybe
Enchanted.
go, Enchanted's good. I don't know if I would put it S tier, but you give an
I
argument
think
for it.
I try and look everything out, but I know you guys don't love Dodgeball.
Enchanted is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I would definitely put it in S tier. I
I
agree.
don't know if I would,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go as high as S tier. I mean, I have to see what's up there in the A tier real quick because like I almost think that like we got to put like maybe West Side Story up in S tier maybe. I don't know.
I would move up Best Little Whorehouse in Texas into the S tier.
But two of us have not seen Little.
Yeah, that is true. And also we gave you the Hard Day's Night that either one of us hasn't seen either. So it's a little.
Okay,
little
well,
tough.
can I make a switch and put Best Little Whorehouse in Texas up there? Place
You
the
could do
Beatles
that.
with that top
Yeah.
A. Okay.
You could do that. Yeah, and
All right.
but like for me, like I think we should move West Side Story up. But that's just my pick.
I'm okay with putting West Side Story up because I know both of you guys love it and it's kind of iconic. So let's put that up in S.
Yeah, like
so ultimately, Chris, you got your West Side Story in S.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that it's like one of my favorite musicals of all time. But when I saw it though, like I definitely really loved that. Like I would say that's
and everything else on the list. I know there's stuff I love that I know you guys don't love. That might line out there. Right. I love Trini Top. I know you guys would put that down. So,
well, for me, like I actually love Sweeney Todd. I would put Sweeney Todd.
I would love Sweeney Todd.
Yeah,
I think it's the top too.
Yeah,
S tier.
The only reason why I hesitate to put an S tier is, have any of you guys seen the musical? The Bobby musical?
No, I never seen it.
So a little priest is more funny in the Bobby show because the movie cut it down so much that it really loses the funniness and dark humorness of it. Like, Anthony and Adriana have a much bigger plot in the musical than the movie, and the movie kind of put that to the wayside. But it's still a good movie. Like Johnny Depp give a better performance than he does it in The Voice. Like I'm not the biggest Helen Bonham.
Carter is flipping incredible. Oh.
She's good, but she's not my favorite Miss Lovett. Like I prefer Angela. I prefer Angela Lansbury. I prefer Penny LaPone. I prefer Emma Thompson. I prefer Camille Camillo. And my favorite Miss Lovett. Like because she loses the humor of what makes Lovett a great character. Like she had the deadpan humor. Like
and also you have Alan Rickman in there too. Like Alan Rickman is incredible. You also have Sacha Baron Cohen too. So like,
I mean, like
all of them. Yeah.
Do you prefer Taylor? No, I prefer Jennifer. Which or Outfit Private? Those lines get cut out. I mean, like.
Yeah, like I would almost put it in the S tier, maybe. Like I really like.
I would definitely put it in S tier. Behind West Side Story.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Yeah, like I think so.
Yeah.
But
Alan Rickman is really good at the villain in there.
Yeah.
He's flipping amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's incredible.
One thing they add in that was in the show I love when him confronting Anthony, like, I'm still here. Like, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yes. That was so funny.
Yeah, because that's not in the show, but he doesn't see Anthony ever again in the show, but Anthony trying to find Joanna, like, and just like, I'm still here standing, like, you know.
I really like it because the movie gives me like really strong Jack the Ripper vibes from like London. Like that kind of thing. But then to make it into a musical, and I can't remember who directed it. Do you guys know who?
Tim Burton.
Okay. So it was Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
that
can't
kid
remember
is so
for
good.
sure, but
The kid that played Toby.
like it was actually pretty good though for a Tim Burton movie. Like
It
there's
was a great Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
because like Tim Burton's kind of hit and miss. There's like some of
Last
his
good
movies
Tim
are
Burton movie.
like
You know,
absolutely
you don't have faith
incredible,
in me.
but then some movies are like kind of eh. But like this one was actually really solid, and like one of my favorite things too is the episode of The Office where they all come in and they act out the Sweeney Todd. They're like all in character, and they literally like do one of the musical numbers just right there in The Office, which is just pretty.
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
fun.
yes. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
you
yeah,
want to see
great.
that? The actual Battle of Sweeney Todd, watch Barbie Show, because the movie they cut out like the ghost thing. Like,
Okay. Nice.
a great
So-
opening song that they should have put in the movie. They only put like the overture in it. Like,
Yeah, so I'm just kind of looking at over the list to see if there's anything else we would want to maybe move up to the S tier, because I think that's the most important thing. I mean, we're kind
Yeah.
of getting close to 3 hours, so I'm kind of
We are.
I
About
mean,
ready
we
to
could put a couple of stuff in like D and E that we never. I'm surprised we didn't put anything D, E, or F.
yeah, like you don't really have
I
too much. I
think-
mean,
Mary
Well, I
Poppins I would put in. Mary Poppins Return I would put in C or B. Like I would put.
yeah, like I thought that it was solid, but I didn't think it was
Yeah.
great. I'd put it a solid
I put in D.
B.
Emily Blunt performance
I'd give it
put it up higher than.
Yeah, like I probably put it like at least in a B, and also too like I like the way that like Lin-Manuel Miranda can sing too. Like
Yeah.
he just sings. They're like super fast. So you can get like the rap lyrics down, and like so yeah.
And Emily Blunt does a great job. She knows Julie Andrews, but she did a really good job at Mary.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. But yeah,
And I love the Van Dyke cameo at the end. I thought
Yeah,
that was clever. It's me.
yeah. That cameo.
Hairspray. I know that huge debate between all of us with the put Hairspray. Like,
I don't like Hairspray.
Yeah, for me, like I love the cast of Hairspray, but like the movie overall, I just thought was a little cheesy to me, kind of. But but it has an incredible cast. I mean, John Travolta,
Yeah.
Christopher Walken, you have Amanda Bynes, you have like a lot of cool
Yeah.
people in it. But like I'm
I
just
would
kind of
put
like
I would put Greatest Showman in C or B. Like I enjoy
I would
Greatest
put
Showman.
Greatest Showman at the top of C.
I've actually never seen it, so I need to
I
see
enjoy
it.
Greatest. I put it in
Blind
B.
spot.
Like I enjoy Greatest Showman a lot. I love the music more than the movie. Like, I love this
But I think
movie. I love.
But I think what I want to
Yeah.
do though, so like in the Facebook group and the Schwinn on
Yeah.
Friends and Family, I'm gonna do a little poll with our top 10, and I'm gonna see what
Yeah.
everyone in the group thinks of it, and like see it, how they would vote for it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and same thing with Palm. Right? I put it in B and C. Like I think Dane Corden, the
Palm?
problem with Palm, that's the only problem
Really?
with Palm. It's Dane Corden.
I never saw it, but
Outside,
I never
but
saw it.
he
That's a
does
cool
not
cast,
play
though.
he does not play a good. He does a stereotype of gay people that really pissed me off in a
Oh.
way.
really,
When it quiet moment he did, like the moment about his past that he did a great job acting, and a moment with his mom. He played Tracy Ullman from Into the Woods, surprisingly.
yeah, right, yeah, and
But Meryl,
like
it's the best. It's the best Meryl Streep performance in a musical because she,
Yeah.
when she does it Not About Me, one of the most funniest moments in the movie. Like
Yeah.
the cast is great. That girl, the JP Anita in West Side Story, she's really good. Look out for West Side Story. She does a great
Oh,
job
yeah,
with
yeah.
prom. Like her song is great. Alyssa Green. Like and Emma is really good. Nicole Kidman is actually really good in it. Well, like and
yeah,
Andrew
Nicole Kidman, I
Reynolds.
forgot she's in that too.
Andrew Reynolds still probably the most funniest joke at Bible song ever. Like that kind of like, hey, the Bible is stupid. Like everything, you can't cherry pick the Bible, and he does it in the most funniest way possible.
Oh yeah, nice.
Wow.
But
Like you know, if
yeah.
you get a divorce from your husband, you might go to hell.
Oh, right. Well, I think that's a solid top 10. So we just got that far. We kind of left a lot on the
Yeah, Annie would
On the
not
table,
even be in
but-
my top
No, Annie would be like down low, E.
Yeah,
Or F.
you didn't even put the best.
Annie would be E.
You didn't
Yeah,
even put the
I think
best
so.
Annie version of it. The best Annie is the 1997 with Richard Garber and what's her name? I forget. Audrey McDonald,
Yeah, right.
Alan
Yeah,
Cumming, Richard
that would be
Chenoweth.
high. Like this Annie, I would rank higher, but then the remake I would rank lower. So.
Chicago, I would
So,
put in like
Chicago
BNC.
put in like F.
No,
The lowest
Chicago,
level
yeah.
possible. I hate
You
that
like
movie.
Chicago? Yeah,
I
like
like Chicago.
I hate it.
I'm not a huge Richard Gere fan, and but I did like Catherine Zeta-Jones in it, but I was kind of.
I see John C. Reilly steal the movie in terms of performance.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Let's
There's
throw
a lot
that
of
at the
these.
bottom. No, Seven
Double-
Brides or Seven Brothers. Let's throw that piece of shit at the bottom.
Oh,
God.
yeah.
It doesn't get roasted in the comment, but the producers, the original producers,
Yes, original producers. S.
Yeah.
S.
What about that one?
S.
Yeah, the original producer. That might be an S tier. actually.
S.
it doesn't be roasted in the comment if we don't put it in.
Yeah, where's the original?
Right next to
producer?
Aladdin.
Right next to the remake Aladdin that nobody should.
Aladdin is.
Up
Sorry,
more.
I'm like blind. Oh yeah.
Jordan, you put the TV version of High School Musical. The only theatrically released version of High School Musical is the third one.
Yeah. Yeah, I just threw it in there because it became so popular. So just I'm gonna throw
I
it in
don't.
there.
The third one is the only one I like. You just put the worst one to me on it.
Yeah.
I don't mind the TV show that much. I actually watch the Disney Plus show.
Well, I had a younger sister, so I have a younger sister,
Yeah.
and she watched all the High School Musicals, all of that, so I ended up seeing them. But I wasn't huge on it. I did like the scene where they're playing basketball because I'm a huge basketball fan. So
I don't like the movie. I like the TV show that put on a production of it, like the one at Disney Plus.
But the question is, if we put the producers into S tier, then what do we take out? Ugh.
Sweeney Todd has to go down.
It hurt me
You think
that
so?
Yep.
You guys
I mean, I
think
read a Little Whorehouse because I never seen it.
No. Best Little Whorehouse in
Never-
Texas States.
I've never seen it either, but I think that Mel Brooks is in my top 2 favorite directors of all time, and I freaking love the original. So yeah, I think that's a solid spot. I mean, I really want to have Sweeney Todd in there too, kind of, but
Too bad we
I
can't
think
have more than 10.
yeah, right. We
All
could
right.
do like a top 10, and then I might just give them like 3 honorable mentions. So like if we were to pick the top 3 from A tier, what would you say? The top 3 in A tier? Because I would almost want to put the Muppets and Sing Street higher too. I think so. That's just me. I think they're like probably
Grease.
for me. It would be.
We are not putting
yeah.
Grease in the top honorable mention.
Yeah, for me, like it'd have to be the Muppets, Sing Street, and maybe Dreamgirls. That's kind of like what I'm thinking. Or
Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, Sweeney Todd.
Maybe Moulin Rouge. I don't know.
No,
It's
Sweeney
just
Todd.
tough.
Yeah.
Sweeney Todd,
We could do-
Sing Street, and Muppets.
You could do that. So like, I'm just gonna do like
There's
throw
so
3
many
honorable
good
mentions in
choices there.
just to see if anyone would.
I still don't understand why we have Phantom in it. Hey.
But I'm just kind of curious to see if anyone in the group would replace one of our top 10 with one of the honorable mentions. Oops, I meant to put. There we go.
I would try to mention, if we had time, I would have put in B tier is Jingle, the most recent Netflix movie, Jingle Jangle. I thought were pretty solid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Jingle Jangle.
I would not expecting to like it, but I remember that watching Netflix being pleasantly surprised for a Christmas musical. Yeah.
All right.
He was in Jingle a Jingle. I forget. Like, isn't it some pretty famous? Like
Michael Caine, who was in Palmer. He's the guy that didn't know Evie could sing, and that and Palmer, like he got pretty good voice.
Yeah, Jingle Jingle. So you have Forrest Whitaker, you have Keegan Michael Key, you have Ricky
Who
Martin.
also was in King Michael
Dang.
Key was also in Prom, and he really good in Prom. Well,
Oh, he was. Oh, nice.
he had
Cool.
a romance with Meryl Streep in the movie, and surprisingly it worked.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a little bit of an age difference there, but yeah, nice. Well, anyways, yeah, I think that's a solid top 10, and then we got some honorable mentions there, so I think that's pretty solid. So, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there. So, so this has been the best and worst movie musicals. We didn't really have much time to really get to the worst, but we have 2 down here, solid fart bombs down at the bottom, but they belonged there for sure. But yeah. So next week we're going to be doing best and worst movie theater snacks. So that should be a fun one. So anyone who wants to be part of that, you can definitely hit us up for that. You can message me in the Swindon Friends and Family group, or you can message. Well, send me a private message, and then we also have an email that I'm just gonna throw up some of our social media stuff. For me and Chris, we have a little banner here, but you can email us at moviehero2121@gmail.com is what it is. So yes, but yeah, we'll just go around the horn, and we'll see where the people can find you guys. So we'll just start with Chris Diaz. Where can the people find you?
You can find me anywhere on Facebook. I got not sure do air Sunday, but I have a match in open night trivia to get onto the roster for Geek. So wish me luck.
Awesome.
I'm facing David
Nice,
Allen,
man. Good
and
luck.
that's to be. Like, I've been trying my battle, and I also have Titan Trivia be defending my belt against Joe Fairley and Antonio. Would they be interesting? Second time I've faced female match for title.
Nice.
Won my last one female match. But and then everywhere else, you can find me anywhere. I got a few matches coming up. I have one against Andrew James Bond in opening night trivia single in a few months. Once that gets settled, that'd be interesting.
Awesome.
And anyway, and find me a TMD. I'll be on a lot of time. Anybody looking to come on, mention Matt Bingham or Matty Beer. We're looking for people to come on to After Dark on Saturday, and we have a lot of fun talking about stuff. Definitely, they be talking. Maybe not me, but everybody be talking about the big Marvel news that will drop this week over there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I need to hit those After Dark guys up. I've been on After Dark a couple of times before. It's a lot of fun. So we're supposed to have Nikki, who's usually on After Dark. He got a little sick today, so he wasn't able to join us. But we might try and see if he can be on this show next week, maybe. But and also, I had a Titan trivia match yesterday too. I went up against Anthony Tisda, and I lost on the 5-pointer. So have you guys ever heard of a movie that's an 80s comedy? It's called Just One of the Guys.
No.
I never even heard of it before, but they had a question about that movie. Just one of the guys, and I was like, what the frick is this movie? I never heard of it before. But it's a 5-pointer. The 5-pointer question is always meant to be a little more difficult. So
I mean, hey, I won my 5-pointer on Channing Tatum and Coach Carter, but on a lucky guess.
Oh wow, nice. But Chris Scott, where can we find you at?
So best places to find me are on Twitter at writer_84 and also on Instagram at cscott1128. This has been a lot of fun, man. I'm glad I was able to join you guys.
Yeah,
for the shenanigans.
Yeah, and before we jump off, I totally forgot. So usually at the end we just do a little recap of the top 10.
We do.
Do you maybe want to announce them, Chris Scott, since you were?
Yes.
since you're the other co-host, you can kind of break down the top 10 real quick before we sign off.
So Superior, we have Mary Poppins, Singing in the Rain, The Wizard of Oz, The Sound of Music, Fiddler on the Roof, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, The Little Shop of Horrors, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, West Side Story, and The Producers. And we did get a few losers on the bottom.
Yep.
Do you want to read the losers, or I can?
Well, yeah. So the losers, we just have Cats and then Crybaby on there. We definitely probably have some other ones. We thought about maybe adding the remake of Annie and a few other ones on the list, but we didn't end up getting to them today. But that's all right, though. We got a solid top 10 with a few honorable mentions. And then,
and guys, don't forget. I'm sorry.
Hey, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, guys, you wondering if we get any more musical movies the next couple of years? We got In the Heights, Gavin Hampton, West Side Story coming out. So stay tuned for more musical love rest of the year.
Yeah, those are coming up. Yeah, I'm excited for those ones. Yeah. And then you can find me all over the Movie Hero network. So we're here every week for Tier Ranker Fights. And then we also have a show called Blind Spots that usually me and Chris Scott do. Every once in a while, I might bring in another guest, but you have to watch our social media for that one. But our next movie, we're going to be talking about Taxi Driver, so I'm excited for that one. I actually am probably going to watch it for the first time tomorrow, so that'll be fun. And then
I'm probably going to watch it for the first time tomorrow as well.
I've never seen it.
Yep. So yeah, that'll be
both our first time.
A good time. Yep.
Yeah.
And also, people always tell me that's a good one to watch. If you've seen the movie The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, it has a lot of the like same kind of vibe as Taxi Driver. So that's
awesome. I love Joker. Such an incredible.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, and then we got another show that we're going to be doing this upcoming Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We have a show called Live from Movie Hero. It's Saturday night, so me and my host Austin Pez Howell, we talk about all things Saturday Night Live. So we got a couple episodes coming up. I can't remember exactly who the hosts were for. So on the first episode, so we've been going through season 12. I think we're on episode 4 and 5. So we have one that's going to be hosted by Sam Kinison, and then one hosted by Robin Williams, which should be a fun time. So I'm excited for those. And then you can also find me all over the Schmodown Friends and Family group. So I'm always posting all kinds of things about the Schmodown. And if you ever have anything you want to self-promote, if you have any kind of YouTube channel that you run, if you're going to be on any shows and you want to self-promote, if you have any special projects that you're working on, that's definitely the place for it. And I always try and give a little shout out to and the people that post things on my personal social media too, just to kind of help them out a little bit there. So yeah, but this has been a lot of fun though. So definitely the very solid top 10. So we've seen us next week when we talk about the best and worst movie theater snacks. And yeah, for Chris Diaz, for Chris Scott, the Casablanca Kid, I've been Jordan Music Hero Anderson for this episode for Musicals. So, and we will see you next time.